It's Clump. Hello. Good afternoon. What a sight to behold. Yeah, it's just Clump. Ah! I love a Clump. I can just be Gremlin. Yes, it's a late stream and a not planned stream because my class got canceled today. So, yeah, we'll be on this side. Clump's gonna be on this side. Clump, where's your Soulsy? There it is. Hello. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope you guys are doing well today. It is a late stream and also a spontaneous surprise stream. Because I wasn't planning on streaming today, but my class got canceled, so. And I finished my homework. So I'm free to stream. But the problem is, I don't know what to do today. Because I wasn't planning on streaming, I didn't plan on a game to do, so I had been decided on what if we're gonna game. My background music on. Did you see the raccoon Pied Piper? I did not. Hold on. Do I have a thing? I probably don't. You posted it in the memes, right? I think I saw it earlier. Captain, what's the plan? What should we find? I don't think. Hold on, I need to make a scene where I'm not recording a YouTube video. One sec. Captain, what's the plan? What should we find? Daylight outside. Eat peace. See, I have reaction, yeah, but not recording. Sure, this one is record react, and this one's non-record react. Non-record react. Okay. Ah! Oh god. Oh, you got it in shorts? I have a shorts one, don't I? Chatting. I need to properly set up my scenes. Oh my goodness. I'm over here scrambling. Wait, how'd I disappear? Oh my goodness. I've been all kinds of scuff today. There I am. Call me Danny Phantom. I'm going ghosts. What shepherds, why do you lead us to live? Oh, I do have one. It's in the same scene. Hello. Alright, what's this all about? He actually is summoning the raccoons. He had the whole raccoon army right now. They're just coming out from the woods, coming out from the back rooms. Like, where did that one come from? Did he raise all those raccoons? I'm kind of impressed that he has so many raccoons, a whole lot of Rigby's around, but they're not killing each other. His army is assembling. This is me with all the clumps and the Novathers. I sing them a little tune, promise him Solzy, and Clump and all of his brethren come surround me. Now the real question is, do they have a leader raccoon? Is there a raccoon that all the raccoons that they all follow? Like, at least one of them had to be there for the rest to to just show up out of nowhere, right? Oh my goodness. Who's recording? I want to say this guy, like, hey, you want to see something cool? He pulls out his flute, starts singing a little tune, and then all of a sudden these raccoons gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta fucking record this, man. You know? That's pretty cool. How many raccoons? Hold on, can I count them all? One. One, two, three, four, five. There was one right there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that one right there? 11, 12. Hold on, 13. Is that one all the way back there? 14. 15's coming up. Oh, there's more. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh my goodness, 20? There might be one back there. I think I saw one back there. I don't know for sure, but like 20 to 21 raccoons that this guy's assembled. This guy's trying to form the fucking Avengers of raccoons. Oh my goodness. His power is immense. He must be the next musician to keep Azathth asleep. Azathoth. It is a nice little tune, though. The Guardians of the Trash Can. they're the they're the trash men, like the X-Men, but for trash. The trash men. The raccoons are an allegory for racism. I love this video. I could keep it on repeat a whole bunch today. I would not get sick of it. They gotta watch out for they gotta watch out for, what did they call them? Not the Sentinels. I forgot the name, but like the big robot guys at the X-Men fight. You know who I'm talking about. They gotta watch out for the trash pandas. Cause that's their mortal enemy. Not the red pandas. It's from 2018, I think. It's my greatest discovery. I love this. This is great. If I was a raccoon and I was in this guy's area and he started all of a sudden singing his flute, I would be one of those raccoons. They're all so calm too. Like, not one of them started a fight, at least in the video. I wonder if as soon as he stopped, I wonder if as soon as he stopped doing the tune that they immediately scattered. It's like an instinct, you know? Like, oh shit! We're not supposed to be this calm, run! Like, that guy came from deep within the forest. I love how calmly they walk up too. Wait a second, is there food on the ground? Is this goes back to my theory that he like raised all these raccoons or something. This must be like their feeding time. And he like he scattered a bunch of food in front of him. He started singing his tune and let them know that it's time to eat. And then they immediately came. But I also would love the thought of he didn't raise them, he didn't train them or anything. He just started singing his spoon, and then all of a sudden a bunch of raccoons came by. I love that thought as well. I wonder what else this guy can summon with his Pied Piper powers. Can he also summon bears? What about wolves? He's gotta see the extent of his power right now. This guy literally has a superpower right now. Somebody get this guy in the Avengers. Get him drafted in the Fantastic Four or the X-Men. That's my headcanon. He's the Whisperer. The Raccoon Whisperer. He was born with a magical what do they call it? Voice box? He was born with a magical voice box. and he uses his power to summon raccoons to his whim. Like Squirrel Girl, but Squirrel Girl doesn't need like a musical instrument to summon her squirrels, right? This guy needs his musical instrument. And you know what? The higher quality the flute, the more raccoons he could summon. This guy could summon a whole army of raccoons if he wanted to. He's holding back for the world, you know? This is too much power for one man to handle, so he's holding himself back. I don't think I can stop this video. What if you introduce to me, Nikolash? I might have to watch this video every day religiously for now. All of the serotonin. This is giving me the serotonin. This is giving me the testosterone. This is giving me the endorphins. This is giving me all the good brain juices and good brain drugs that my brain needs. Estrogen. Is this what it's like being addicted to drugs? Because I don't think I can step away from this now. I'm gonna get withdrawals as soon as I stop watching this video. Okay, one more, one more. That we gotta move on. I love this video. You wanna watch more animal videos today? I don't feel like gaming. I just feel like hanging out. I wanna watch more animal videos. Alright. We'll come back to this later. I'm already feeling withdrawals. Oh my goodness. Oh god. I think, yeah, I watched that one. Actually, no, I've been wanting to watch bunny videos. Hi, Coco. I'll do the other one.
Dame un grr. ¿Un qué? Un grr. ¿Un qué? ¿Un qué?
Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, see, if I had bunnies, I would have wanted those two exact ones, the ones that were fighting over the food. This is my dream bunny setup. One is Nerd, the other is Vana. Gotta match the hair. Oh. Oh. That bunny's got hoops. Oh my goodness. See, I love bunnies. I love how they're probably like their base form. They're just really calm and chill. But they also have like their temperaments. Like with this guy, he doesn't want to eat, so he's pushing the bowl away, and he's constantly pushing it away because like I don't want to fucking eat. Get away from me. And then they randomly have like zoomies, like the last one. They're so small, but they have like such big personalities, and I love that about them.
Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
All prim and proper, a distinguished gentleman, just like me.
I've been meaning to ask you, what's with that pocket on your shirt?
Oh, Jake's in here. Sup, Jake?
Hi, Jake.
Run.
Oh.
You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Oops, my feet went oops.
No, I'm gonna get a bunny. I'm gonna name it Clump or Glumpster. Oh my gosh. God, do rabbits have that thing that cats have where they don't have a collarbone so they can fit into anything? That's kind of impressive. Hi, Salvador. 90% clump. That's why bunnies are bunnies. That's why I'm gonna get a bunny. I'm gonna name it Clump. Because Clump is all fluff. No bones. Just 99% fluff and 1% clump. They're also so smart. Like we already saw in some of them how, or at least in this one. I know there's also like a bunny video that I see every now and then, where the bunny can take off the lid of something, and like the one just now, it took off the lid. They're super smart. Like they look and act dumb, but they're really smart. Sumis.
Give me all your numbers so I can phone you.
Yeah, that was a fat grape he got. Dang! Hold on. You see that bunny? That bunny like flew. He like soared actually. It almost looked like he levitated. Look at that. Damn!
I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the beat like boom. Mustard on the beat, bro. Bing, back, boom, back.
They must not have a collarbone. How are they crawling through that tube? Oh. It's the Easter Bunny! He's been born! Oh! Oh, damn, he took out the glasses! He fucking smooth. Oh my... Oh, it's not the bunny, it's a person. I was about to say, that bunny had pipes, okay. That bunny looks so tired with it. How's he climbing? Did he go in between? How'd he do that? They must not have a collarbone. Actually, they don't have bones at all. Because how's he doing that? Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Oh, he's trying to break it. Okay. It's time for done studying.
Oh
How?
my god.
No, I'm not gonna question how he got in there. Oh my God! Oh, he's mad. He's mad at them. See, this is the video I saw. No, it's way longer than that. That's what I was talking about. Where they're so smart, they can remove lids. Like look, he's removing the lid. He removes the lids. That video is so much longer. They don't have bones. How are they fitting through those gaps? I know they're actually super small, but look how small that gap is. No way that guy fit through, even with all that fluff.
What do you do for a living, sir?
In the morning, I do nothing. In the afternoon, I finish what I started in the morning. And in the evening, I rest.
No. I would be fuming people kept putting a lid on my food I was trying to eat. That would be Clump. Every time I try to close the Soul Z jar and put the lid on, Clump immediately takes it off. And I have to keep putting it back on, but he keeps taking it off. His greed sickens me. See, isn't that total Clump energy? I'm absolutely gonna get a bunny one day and name it Clump.
Oye, momento. Estoy trabajando en algo aquí, así que no nada. No estoy haciendo nada.
If I do get a bunny, I have to pick carefully because I have to get a bunny that absolutely screams Clump. I can't just get any bunny. It has to be a bunny that perfectly embodies Clump. It has to look like Clump. It has to feel like Clump in its fluffiness. It has to act like Clump. It's got to be Clump all around. Gotta get a feral one then. One with a giant personality. Look at him go! Oh my god, he doesn't want it. Oh. He tried to take it while it was in its mouth. They're so greedy too, I love it. Their hunger is never satisfied. They could probably literally eat anything and everything when they're already full. Gluttonous fiends. He's eating the table! Dang, look at that bed that one got.
And down. And down.
Oh my goodness. I don't think he likes getting his nails cut. Poor baby. He just stole a leaf! The thief! You see how excited he was? Oh my goodness. Aww. Oh, why is he blocking the water thing? I didn't know there were harnesses for bunnies. Oh. He was smart enough to take them off. Is he smart enough to put them back on? Get a towel, dry them off. A giant rabbit casually sleeps. That's a big rabbit, jeez. That video wasn't blocking it. Move out the way, video. I'm missing the bunny action. Ah. I love bunnies. Bunnies are amazing. Hi, Itzy. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing good. We're just hanging out today. No gaming or anything, because I didn't really plan this stream today. So I didn't have a game in mind to do. Oh, animal fights. Hold on. Smithsonian Channel. I heard the funniest Brazilian dub ever. I don't know if you find it funny. Is it a Dragon Ball Z Brazilian dub? I don't think it was Brazilian, but it was another dub that I watched a Dragon Ball Z video in. God of War. I don't think I heard
These are
that
the
one.
craziest animal encounters.
Oh!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Oh my
The
goodness!
spirit thought that this guy was a little too close.
Her fate was sealed. Oh jeez, I hope he's okay. Bears are not to be messed with. Oh my goodness.
This family had their dogs out.
Somebody on that somebody on that cart made that elephant angry. Elephants have really good memory. Elephants never forget. So somebody on that cart made that elephant angry at some point. And he saw them. He's like, immediately it's on site.
When a bear came into their backyard.
Oh my goodness. Those little dogs are not gonna do anything. What that little dog think he was gonna do?
These guys were on a motorcycle when a tiger started chasing after them.
A tiger? Oh my god! Oh!
This elephant was not afraid of this safari truck.
I don't think that... Okay, that guy made that elephant angry at some point. Once again, elephants, they don't forget. So I think this driver made this elephant angry at some point. And he's trying to get the get back. No, they don't. Elephants, what's the word? They might seem passive, but they're actually pretty aggressive, I think. Oh! Oh my goodness, is that lady okay? The deer came right by her.
So I guess deer have had enough and are starting to fight back.
At some point, the wildlife is going to fight back if you're hunting them, so yeah. I hope he's okay, but that's kind of funny. That deer was like, "You killed my wife!" That was the father of Bambi. He came to get revenge.
Wasn't happy that they were being recorded.
Oh!
Okay. Okay, I guess we don't get too
Yeah.
Here's what he
Elephants are kind of dicks. Elephants are assholes. Oh my goodness.
pregnant great white shark looks like.
Wait, did an elephant hear that? Oh. If I ever go on a vacation to wherever elephants live, I don't know, fucking Africa, and there's an elephant, I'm gonna say, wish me luck, chat. I mean, like, I'll be like, well, I guess I'm dead. There's an elephant here. I'd be more scared of the elephant than the than the lion, honestly. Sorry, I skipped ahead. Yeah, you're not gonna win against the strength of a monkey. Oh my god, it got his leg!
At the zoo. Eventually, the ape did let go, and the guy was totally fine.
Oh my, what's up with deers and running through windows?
This
Oh my
deer broke
goodness.
into a restaurant, but luckily nobody was hurt.
Don't go up against a cheetah. Are you stupid?
These
Can't they run like
photographers
faster
realized
than a
that they were
truck?
too close to a bear.
Guys, it's running. It's running! Run away! Oh my god. Guys, oh my god. I'm already scared because there's an elephant.
He went to go save his dog that was being attacked by a kangaroo.
Oh my god, elephants are such assholes. What did they even do to you, sir? He just decided to choose violence and immediately started pushing them around. Oh yeah, this guy where he punched it, right? And he was flabbergasted. He's like, that kangaroo's never been punched before in his life, so when he got punched, he was like, oh my god. I think I just saw God. He was flabbergasted.
This gorilla did not like how this girl was beating on her chest.
Don't, no. That, isn't that a sign of aggression to gorillas? They should start telling these people to don't do things to intentionally aggravate the animals. Like, why would you go to a zoo for the potential of a fucking tiger or a gorilla to somehow break out and make its way towards you specifically?
A sea lion slapped his kayaker with an octopus.
Underwater?
Oh my god.
It's always good to test the
Did
waters
it throw
before jumping in.
Did that seal throw an octopus at him? Oh my god.
It's always good to test the waters before jumping in.
What in the hell? Was that an alligator? Or crocodile? Ah!
No, stay. Stay firm, stay first.
Actually, never mind. I don't think I ever want to go to a wildlife preserve in another country. I think I'd be scared of these specific things happening to me. I don't want a rhinoceros to charge at the car I'm in. I don't want an elephant to attempt to flip the car over that I'm in. I don't want a tiger or a lion or a whole pack of whatever to come chasing after me. Damn, you stared that dude down. Elephant's like at least pretend to be scared. Damn. Yeah, that guy just stared him down as he came up.
Stay.
That was natural aura.
Stay first.
He didn't hesitate. He didn't flinch. Elephant tried to scare him. Guy was like, "Nope." Like he even kicked like the tree. He's like, "Oh, come on, man. At least pretend to be scared." he just wanted to scare him. Yeah, see, he's like, "Ah, come on."
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's a black bear. Get away from that thing.
Oh my my god.
Why are you trying to stick your dog after it?
A baby cougar and quickly found out that the mom was close by.
No! Go away! Go away, please go away! No, go away! Go away! No!
It's terrifying. I shouldn't be laughing, but
Yeah, so that just happened.
he did walk up to its baby. I think I've already told this story before, but there was one time when I was walking DJ down the neighborhood, and there was a baby bear. I think it was a baby brown bear that was like on the sidewalk in front of us. And me being smart, I immediately walked to the other side. It was like a whole like 2-lane street in between the other sidewalk. So I walked me and DJ across the other side of the sidewalk because I know if the baby's there, then the mom's close by, and I don't want to mess with the mom, you know?
Wow.
This man was brave enough to save his dog from a bear attack.
Every time there's a baby animal of anything, don't go near it. Immediately walk the other way or walk to the other side of the road or whatever. If the baby's there, the mom's close by. You don't want to mess with the mom.
A security guard heard a sound in the kitchen and went to go check it out.
My father once accidentally passed by an owl's nest. Never seen an angry owl beat someone so fast. I don't mean to laugh. I hope your dad's okay. But like, imagining it seems kind of funny. like an owl just dive bombing somebody. That's a little funny. Oh my god, why is it always a bear? Damn, that bullshit. Fuck you in particular. Yeah, kid, let go.
Something tells me you're not supposed to do this.
I know. I know.
Uh-oh.
No. No.
Wait a second. Wait a second. He opted to get out of the car that factually moves faster than him, right? He opted to get out of the car and into the woods where there's probably a lion or whatever, a hyena, anything that could kill him faster than the elephant could into the... Okay. Like, I get the panic, I get the adrenaline, but the car is faster than you. And the elephant, I would assume. The elephants are pretty fast. Oh my goodness.
Tiger shark! Tiger shark!
Yeah. The elephant will kill you slowly. So, the smart thing, I get like the adrenaline, the fear and whatever. But like the smart thing would have been to stay in the car and immediately drive.
This farmer was out doing work when a wild tiger came out of nowhere.
Where'd it come from? Oh my god. It's gonna jump the fence! Oh! Oh wait, that's even scarier. It ran into it head on and broke the fence. I thought it was gonna jump it.
Suddenly, the whale came up and caught this kayaker in their mouth and brought them underwater. The whale let go of the kayak a few seconds later, and the person was unharmed.
How? I think we just saw the person get eat whole by the whale, right? Did the whale spit them out as soon as they realized it wasn't plankton?
This gorilla wasn't too happy to see these people.
When a gorilla's ever happy to see anyone. I think gorillas are just constantly angry.
Raccoons are absolutely ruthless.
You let it into the house. Also, it's really mad. It's really mad at her in particular. It just completely ignored all the other people in the house. It just kept chasing after her.
This hippo chased down a boat and broke its motor.
Oh yeah, you don't want to fuck with hippos. Hippos are ruthless. You think hippos are like really slow and passive? They're not. Actually, a lot of things in the animal kingdom are just not passive, actually. They look passive, but they're not. Like, looks like it could kill you, could kill you. Looks harmless, could kill you. That's, like, majority of the animal kingdom. They do indeed. Hippos want to run that fade. It's immediately on site to them, whether you did something to them or not.
A giant squid was curious and started grabbing onto this person's surfboard.
Is it a bad omen that squids are that close to the surface? Is that what I heard? It's like a bad omen that squids are super up close to the surface of the ocean, right? Because that means like there's something bad coming. Or did I hear wrong?
Here.
Oh my! I didn't even see him. Oh.
This. Oh my god. There's
That falcon? Holy shit! Oh no, you don't want to mess with a moose. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I feel bad for them. They didn't even do anything to the moose. The moose just saw them, said it was on site. That was kind of smart though. They like immediately played dead and then the moose gave up.
This period
That moose used telepathy. I think it used the force actually.
glider was coming in for a landing and was instantly attacked by a gang of kangaroos.
A gang? I don't think I want to know what a gang. Oh my god!
Hey, back off! Back off! Get away!
He's just nice. He doesn't know. Oh, it's okay. Come back. They will.
Don't tell him to
Look,
come
he
back.
just has to-
That raccoon can have rabies!
This person got a little too close to a whale and almost got slapped. He heard something outside his door but didn't know what it was.
Yeah, don't open it. Ah!
These
Wait.
He heard
Hey, go
something
back.
outside his door but didn't know what it was.
You got games on your phone?
These fishermen
Hey, is this where the party's at? Wait, one more. One more. Do you want to hear about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
These fishermen in the lab. on the docks when the unexpected happened.
He's coming up right here, dude.
This police officer tried to stop a crocodile with a towel.
Why do you want to try to stop a crocodile at all? Oh my god! You could just left the crocodile. Oh my...
So, I guess you're supposed to hide your face and lie down when you encounter a wild gorilla.
I don't think I don't think I don't think the gorilla cares whether it can see your face or not. I can still see you. Yeah, look, I just grabbed that guy.
Elephants in the wild are learning to surprise and ambush cars to look for food.
Oh, wants food. Oh, broke the window.
A swarm of monkeys took over the streets of a city in Thailand.
Because he's hunting.
So stay. Sean, stay.
Look.
These tourists got a little too close to this buffalo.
Guys.
This guy had to pull over to watch.
I love the universal human instinct to just be stupid around animals that could kill you. Oh my goodness. That tiger was totally planning to eat that kid. Oh, really? Actually, I think it just wanted a big giant hug and take it back to its house so it can, you know, have a nice dinner with it. Except the dinner is the child!
These two lynxes yell at each other.
They're having a whole ass conversation right there.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wait. Did he say something about his mom? Oh, shit. Mountain lion. Oh, God.
I'm not sure, but I feel like this guy did the right thing in this situation.
There's a bear right here face to face with me.
Is this the second guy that's got aura? He didn't even react at all. Except it wasn't an elephant, it was a whole goddamn brown bear. Christ. Okay, can we all collectively as humanity just write an apology letter to all elephants? Because every time there's an elephant on video, they're mad at somebody or something.
These surfers realized there was a great white shark underneath them.
Oh, he found it. She's here. Oh.
I can't tell if he's really
Sorry.
smart.
They say die together? That's not what he said, but that's what I heard. He wants them all to die together to the great white shark. A sacrifice to the Lord.
Or really, really dumb.
Okay. Not entirely aura since he moved, but impressive that he managed to somehow get the elephant to back away.
Imagine you're paddleboarding and an orca starts checking you out. These doctors were taking care of this lion when the lion suddenly woke up from being sedated.
Then you're bad doctors. And clearly the lion doesn't want to be helped. He said he's fine.
This orca ripped the rudders off this boat so that it couldn't go anywhere.
It stopped it from moving entirely?
We lost both rudders.
So this is pretty crazy. Millions of fish decided to throw themselves on the beaches of the Philippines.
Again, would that not be a bad omen? I don't think fish would just willingly and unintentionally kill themselves on the beaches, right?
This hippo started chasing after this tour boat.
Oh, here comes another hippo. Oh god, they're fast! I'm gonna get jump scared, aren't I? Oh my god! Oh, this is our first polar bear one.
These birds flew in and stole all the fish he was trying to catch.
It's raining.
I've never seen birds die for fish, actually. That's kind of impressive.
It's raining birds. It's raining again.
Oh, jeez.
This crew chased after a whale for 3 hours because they saw that it had a rope wrapped around it. So they jumped in and managed to finally cut it off.
Cut it!
Hard. It's hard to cut a rope of a constantly moving water animal that could dive you in the water at any second.
Did you get it?
This seal was about to get eaten by orcas but found safety on the back of this boat.
I forgot orcas just eat whole ass seals. I completely forgot about that.
That is the end of this video.
Wait, did you see the look the seal gave? Look at its face. He's like, oh, thank God. Oh, you fucking saved me. So please don't put me back down there. Please don't kick me off, please.
That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Oh, that was a great video. Its fate would be sealed. What's another one we could watch? Wait, did somebody suggest a video? Brazil dub? What am I watching? I don't know. I don't know what I'm watching. Point me the way. Is it this one? I don't know. It's not an official dub. First one after the playlist. This one? Let me get... Okay. Point me the way, Sabajo. How you guys doing today? It must be pretty late for you guys. I hope you had a good day. And I hope everyone's feeling very clumpy today. Here, have a dose of clump. Have a dose of me. Okay, what's that one? Thank you.
Que os deuses do Olimpo estejam comigo.
What?
Você conversa com a deusa Atenas. Ajude-la.
Poseidon, Kratos.
Kratos.
Apenas sua bravura não conseguirá completar seu objetivo. Este demônio é a Hidra, considerada a raposa dos meus oceanos. Para você matá-la, precisará da minha ajuda. Um poder de Deus.
Ah!
Oh, meu Deus. O que eu fiz?
Kratos.
Vamos logo, homens. Para o conversa. Obrigado por me salvar.
Você é um nada. Eu só
I haven't
quero a chave.
played God of War in so long. No!
No chão.
Kratos.
Kratos teve uma rápida lembrança do seu passado. Não tinha mais paz interior. Não procurava mais
Me amo
amigos nem
Kratos.
mulheres. Nem Atenas, deusa do Olimpo. A revolta começar.
Atenas!
Hold on, that scream sounded like that was Athena? Hold on. I was gonna say that scream sounded like the voice actor lives with like their family or something and they didn't want to scream in for the recording. Atenas.
O que está acontecendo? Por que me sinto assim? Que inferno
Kratos.
é este?
Atenas.
Com desejo de guerra.
Problema tem a ver com outro Kratos.
É? E
Kratos.
como posso destruir o deus da guerra? Como pode ser isso? Se é que isso é possível.
Tenha fé em você, Kratos.
That's fun to say.
Respostas no oráculo. E vá para o templo, a oeste da cidade. Não se desvie do seu objetivo, Kratos.
Afrodite.
Kratos.
Afrodite.
Você como mortal.
Afrodite. Aphrodite. The Creek trilogy is getting a remake? That sounds awesome. Man. What about the other one? Asura's Wrath. I really want to play that game again. I love that game.
Está muito longe para deter Ares.
Asura's Wrath. I said that right? I don't know anymore. Kratos.
Demônios e bestas aladas. Medusa. Seu olhar tem o poder de paralisar.
Teaching Nirvana Portuguese punctuation through bad dubs.
Os vivos. Arranque a cabeça.
Is this my Duolingo lesson? So far I got Kratos, Atenas, Aphrodite.
Tenha o poder desta arma. Os deuses estão com você, Kratos. Seu nome será lembrado no Olimpo.
I'm sorry, can you speak louder? The music's louder than you.
Você aí, seu bosta. Suba esta ponte agora.
Não, nunca. Você está louco, homem. Os demônios de Ares querem invadir esse palácio. Não posso fazer isso, não posso.
Bom, garoto. Muito bom. Você é capaz. Tem espírito forte.
Quem é você?
Sou apenas um velho coveiro. Estou aqui esperando a sua hora, preparando a sua saída e guardando seu corpo para você voltar. Mas você tem que fazer tudo correto para concluir seu objetivo.
Mas não estou morto. Você é louco, velho? Está delirando?
I know it's not an official dub, but I love the vast difference in audio quality between these voice actors. That it makes it so much more funnier.
Não, eu vou esperar você o tempo que precisar e você sairá desta cova e cumprirá a sua promessa. Kratos, é só confiar
Kratos.
em si mesmo.
Me salvado.
Vamos, homens, vamos, destruam todos. Acabem com tudo.
O oráculo
Vamos,
lia a
vamos
mente
destruir
com
tudo,
clareza.
Tudo.
Batalhas e batalhas sangrentas. O
Sorry, what?
espartano já tinha esquecido sua humanidade. Era um guerreiro cruel. Seu exército não tinha fracos. Às vezes só a vitória não bastava. Reduzia seus oponentes pele, sangue e osso. Não tinha mais vínculo com a família.
Quem é você agora, Kratos? Você não é
Kratos.
Eu estou em busca da vitória espartana para mostrar para o mundo.
Vitória espartana? Você nos matou em esquecimento.
Oh,
A verdade era que seus sentimentos
yeah, the narrator tried to differentiate between Kratos' wife and the narration. They're trying to get that paycheck.
tinham sido consumidos por ódio em guerras. Kratos lembrou do longo tempo que serviu o deus da guerra. Quando viu aquela forma monstruosa, ficou parado. Lembrando que há muito tempo atrás aconteceu da mesma forma. Estava à frente do seu inimigo, percebendo que ia morrer. Invocou o deus da guerra para lhe salvar.
Ares!
Ares!
As nuvens
Okay, so Kratos, Aphrodite, Athenas, Ares. Ares. It's gonna be on the test. I'm gonna get 100. I'm gonna get 100% on the test after this.
se abriram no céu. E o deus da guerra apareceu.
Ares.
Direto do Olimpo. Algo que nunca tinha feito antes. Ares atendeu o pedido
Ares.
de Kratos, salvando-o em troca de ser seu servente. Tudo isso para não morrer.
Minha vida é sua, Ares.
Ares.
E hoje você é meu Deus.
Com a promessa feita, Ares destruiu
Ares.
os inimigos de Kratos na batalha.
Oh my goodness.
Um a um quebrando seus ossos.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. How much of this game have I forgot?
O deus da guerra presenteou Kratos com as lâminas. As lâminas do caos.
His
Forjadas no
daggers.
inferno de Hades.
The chains burned to his
Com
skin,
elas presas nos braços,
never to be taken off.
transformaria a trilha de glória e vitória do exército de Kratos,
Was that Zeus just then? Zeus?
retornando
Zeus?
com alto poder, explosão de fúria e ódio. Agora ele tinha a força da destruição. Conhecido e temido como o guerreiro da morte.
É você, demônio, seu mensageiro da guerra. Eu já não sou mais servo. Retorne e leve a mensagem. O Deus da guerra está com os dias contados. Encontrei a forma de destruí-lo. Eu sei onde está a caixa de Pandora e vou usá-la para matá-lo.
Por um momento, segurando as lâminas, Kratos se viu
Kratos.
refletindo nelas e percebeu o quanto elas mudaram sua vida. Lembrou dos momentos sangrentos e todos os que morreram por ele a serviço do deus da guerra. Um demônio, não tinha humanidade.
That girl's just walking. What she do,
Louco com o
Kratos?
desejo de matar. Só os mais cruéis soldados o acompanhavam. Os fracos e feridos eram
That girl was just
deixados
minding her own
pelos caminhos
business. She didn't have to kill her, Kratos. That's really fun to say. Kratos.
das batalhas, considerados mortos. Sua insanidade não deixou perceber que estava em terras familiares.
Homens, queimem a vila e o
Homens?
templo de Atenas. Destruam
Homens?
todos. Vamos saudar nosso senhor Ares. Vamos,
Ares!
acabem com tudo.
O fogo tomou conta do vilarejo, e os poucos que sobraram eram mortos sem piedade. Pessoas indefesas, com mulheres e crianças.
Homens? Okay.
A devoção pelo
I thought you
Deus
said
da
Hermes
guerra
for
os
something.
deixavam cego. Onde eles passavam,
Homens.
ninguém ficava vivo. Até que ele ficou em frente de uma igreja, o templo do seu matrimônio, que um dia te trouxe felicidade. Após um breve momento, não resistiu a entrar. Uma velha senhora apareceu, dizendo para não entrar ali.
A igreja, no momento, todos estão em fé. Você não é bem-vindo. Não entra aí, Kratos.
Então Kratos empurrou a velha, que na verdade
Kill
era
them
o
all for Lord
E
Ares.
assim
Ares.
ficou consumido pelas lâminas. E o seu
Oh my god,
desejo
there's so
por
much stuck in my eye.
sangue, sem misericórdia, matando todos os fiéis que estavam na igreja. O seu instinto de glória sangrenta novamente parou.
Ares.
Ares!
Não vai passar desta noite.
Kratos, o que pensa que
Kratos!
está fazendo? Você tem que levar a caixa de Pandora para perto de Ares.
Ares!
Aí sim você pode abri-la. Você só pode usar ela para isso. Retorne urgente. Retorne e salve a minha cidade.
Also can't forget Atenas, Aphrodite.
Depois dessa, abraços STR Brasil.
Abraços?
E a sagrada caixa de Pandora foi encontrada. Agora Kratos teria uma chance de destruir o deus da guerra. Ares sentiu a revolta
Ares!
no coração de Kratos.
Kratos!
Seu espartano ingrato.
Zeus?
Me ajudaram a achar.
Oh, that was not fun to say. That's just normal. It's just Zeus. Zeus.
A caixa de Pandora, mas você não viverá para abri-la. Você tem que respeitar e agradecer Ares.
Ares.
Adeus, espartano.
Adios.
Mande lembranças
Is that what he said?
e
I know that
fique no
one.
inferno por toda eternidade.
Enquanto ia perdendo sua vida, ele retornou em pensamento para tudo que ele tinha vivido.
Spartan. Spartan.
Só lembrava de mortos e corpos, caídos como trilha pelo chão. No meio desse sangue, viu escorrendo pelas mãos o sangue de sua família, que era a crueldade do deus da guerra.
Yes, he was forced to kill his wife and daughter, and then their ashes was burned upon his skin, right? That's why his skin's all white and pale.
Minha esposa, minha filha, o que eu fiz com vocês? Não ligue para estas pequenas coisas, Kratos.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Kratos is Spartan. I forgot about that. I don't know why. I don't know how or why I forgot about that. Sorry, I'm trying to get this fucking whatever this is out of my eye.
Agora sua esposa e filhas mortas.
I think it's an eyelash.
Nada fará voltar. Seja forte. Você é um guerreiro da morte. Você é um servo fiel. Seja forte.
Aquelas palavras acenderam o ódio no seu coração. Então Agostinho.
What's that in Brazilian? The Ghost of Sparta. It's Spartan in Sparta. Or Spartan, right? What's ghost?
Se sentia traído e enganado por Ares.
Ares!
O fantasma de Esparta. O fantasma de Esparta.
Nesta noite, em todo o mundo, pode ser visto almas. Aqui estão sua esposa e
Ares!
que recobrirão seu corpo.
Not the ashes of his wife and daughter.
Com aquele feitiço recobrindo seu corpo, continha valores de sentimento perdidos no tempo. Agora ele era o fantasma dos guerreiros, que perderam
o fantasma de Esparta!
Suas famílias. Sangue, lágrimas, corações partidos. Tudo se perdeu como a caixa de Pandora. Kratos, impotente e castigado, aguardava o seu fim.
Is it still on him to this day? Like it's like a permanent thing? Like he still has it on him even in the newer games? The ashes of his wife and daughter? Okay, that would suck. He does? Oh god. He had to have that on him forever? Man. I wouldn't want to be Kratos. Kratos.
Viajando para o submundo, Kratos caía no abismo.
Kratos.
Sem expectativa do que poderia acontecer. E ele só pensava em retornar a viver. Kratos, atento, teve uma chance.
Kratos.
Interrompendo sua ida para o inferno.
Então, o espartano sabido está aqui também?
Sim, mas já tô de saída para uma vingança.
Vai me deixar aqui?
Você me enganou. Esta é a minha reverência agora.
Kratos novamente se salvou. Mesmo assim se sentia uma alma perdida. E arrependido invocou Atenas.
Pendido? Pendito?
Atenas.
Atenas!
Desculpe por destruir sua fé.
Não se preocupe com isso. O importante é que você concluiu o seu objetivo. E a promessa dos deuses serão cumprida. Mas só depende de você. Sendo um homem ou sendo um deus,
Deus.
o importante são
Deus. Deus.
suas boas ações.
Então ele teria que provar para si mesmo que seria capaz de receber o prêmio prometido pelos deuses.
Healers?
Que os deuses do Olimpo estejam comigo.
Don't do it, Kratos! Kratos, no! No, Kratos, no!
Fazer isso.
Kratos está
No, Kratos, no!
despertando por muito tempo sua fé insana. Precisava sentir de que era capaz. Como mortal não poderia suportar. Os deuses acreditavam nele. Então o prometido foi cumprido. Kratos achou que estava morto. As águas empurraram para o topo da montanha, coberto por nuvens.
A partir desse dia você será um deus. Aceite esse presente. Conseguiu parar e destruir Ares e sua insanidade.
Ares!
E a loucura que via praticando. Passe por este portal e saia no limpo. Precisamos que você seja
How do you say bright? That's what's happening right now. I'm fucking blinded right now.
o novo deus da guerra. Aceite o prêmio, Kratos, e venha para o limpo.
Depois de tantas batalhas, dor e vitórias.
Dor?
E de nunca ter perdoado seus inimigos.
Bright would be claro. Did I say it right? Claro?
Ter morrido e voltado do
Claro!
verdadeiro inferno. O homem agora se tornou um deus. Depois de tudo perdido em sua vida, ele
Claro,
mereceu.
dor!
Ele era o novo deus da guerra.
Claro, dor!
Abraços para STR Brasil.
Oh! That was funny. Okay, what did I learn? I learned Kratos. Athena's, Aphrodite. Oh, even though they only said it once. Aphrodite. Ares. What was it? O Fantasma de Esparta? The Ghost of Sparta. Claro and Dor. Claro and Dor. Did I get 100 on the test? Oh, that's replete. I replayed it. 90? Oh. Was my pronunciation off? I'll do better, I promise. What's clump in Brazilian? We don't like giving 100 because 100's perfect. Can I at least get a 95? Do I get extra points if I say clump right? In Brazilian? Yeah. Do they have more? Tell we don't have an exact word for clump. Oh. He's special. So if you were to say clump in like a sentence in your language, you would just say clump and not like a Brazilian word. Monte? Exactly. You're monte. A mount or pile. Monte. That's funny. Club special. Let's see. What else can we watch? Not full screen. I don't know what's in my recommended right now. Yeah, what is this? Can you guess the anime by the first chapter? 57 minutes of debt so bad they will leave you something. I got Reddit stories. I got fucking SpongeBob here for some reason. Mine is insane. I haven't been watching these videos though.
How have you had enough time to be as stupid as this pile of debt suggests? 63% interest alone. 63%!
Okay, I didn't know that that was the interest rate
Oh
until
my
I
goodness.
sent you all the documents.
What? How long have you had it?
2 years? And I've barely paid anything off.
What could this possibly be for? This is insane.
You're gonna love it. I went out and bought a brand new 2022 Kia. I got that loan to do like.
I think Club will like it because it starts with an M. Monte.
The registration and all that.
No.
Actually, get in like a week and see if I remember. I'll try to remember.
Why? At 18?
Yeah.
From where? Did you walk into like a sketchy place with a bunch of mobsters and be like, yo, I need to pay for my registration? What? What are we?
Sun loan?
Dude, you're bringing in $6,500 in the middle of nowhere. You can pay this off today.
I have a lot of things to pay for.
Yeah, and most of that is going out to eat.
Food is important.
You don't need to be going out to eat every second of your life. Have you heard of this grand concept called the sandwich? It's an amazing new invention. What's the truck?
2022 Ram 1500. Yeah.
What is the minimum monthly pay? What's the debt amount on it?
I'll just pull it up.
No, that's your payment?
How much?
Buddy, this is... It's a fourth of your freaking... It's more than a fourth of your freaking take-home pay.
Yeah.
Going to a single one of the things you have to drive? When did you get this? When did you possibly get this?
Like 2 months or 2 weeks after I got my house.
When was that?
November.
How'd you think this was a good idea? Who
Oh my
in
goodness.
the world did... How? How'd you think this was a good idea? $51,536.14 of debt. Best Buy $742. What? It's a month ago. You better know what the this is. $742.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember.
How do you?
Dude, if anything's over $100, I will remember it.
Know what you walked into Best Buy and spent
Actually, if anything's over like, what's like the base video game pay now? $80? If anything's over $80, I remember it. I don't know. I just pre-ordered Pokopia for when it comes out in like 2 weeks.
of $1,000 on.
That's not $80 though. That's $70. But still.
What was that? What was that?
Basically 10% of what you made. Dude,
I'm trying to remember it. I can't remember.
me.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
What did you need to buy? Is it a phone?
How much are you buying that you don't even remember a $740 payment?
Because that's finance. Was it a computer?
No.
I gave you $70? Want me to check? $69.99. Yes. Tomodachi Life is $60 because it's $59.99.
TV? Bird fees or the scooters and Chick-fil-A and Steam games. And okay, so Steam games, did you get like a computer part or monitors or something?
No.
Or keyboards?
No.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, one of the craziest spendings I've ever seen in my life.
Are you serious?
No, I am not kidding. There's student loans? What are they? Are they federal or...
Federal, for sure.
You started making those payments?
No.
Why?
Why?
They started this month.
It's going to keep
I
increasing.
deferred because I can't right now.
You could. You're choosing not to because you're spending. Remember when we just DoorDash Jersey Mike's?
Yeah.
I never want to recommend bankruptcy because it's such emotional trauma for many and it just kills your credit for so long. And I'm not going to recommend it to you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to recommend it to you because I know you can cut things from that budget and actually do better. But you're the closest I've gotten to actually considering it though.
That's kind of crazy.
How do you owe so many taxes?
So when I do my tax form, I usually put single and 9 dependents.
9 dependents?
Yeah, single and 5 dependents.
You got audited?
No, never got audited.
Are you single and do you have 5 dependents?
No.
How many dependents do you have?
Is that not fraud? Is he not admitting live on a recording that he's committing fraud right now?
Why'd you say that?
I don't know. I feel like I work really hard for my money.
Yeah.
And just giving it to the government, it just really...
Nobody likes it.
Look, nobody likes that, but it's legal. it's better than having to pay more money because you committed fraud and you have to pay that back.
But I never got audited, just got letters that you owe this kind of money. I called the IRS. I made.
Is that not called being audited?
The payments on them.
Had about $800,000 in crypto. Went to bed one night and it was worth half that when I woke up.
What were you in?
So here's my biggest regret. I originally invested in Ethereum. And this was based on a few friends becoming Ethereum millionaires. And I had like an initial investment of about $200,000. I put it in, and then it fell for the first time.
Yeah.
200,000 went down to like 80. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't really need the money right now. I'm making money. I can live off of that.
How much were you making?
10 to 15,000.
Incredible, yeah.
Incredible wealth.
Oh, that's Boogie?
Right? Yeah. If I held onto my Ethereum right now, I probably have about 1.
I didn't even fucking recognize him
right now.
Even still, what year was that?
2018.
Okay, how much did you put into Ethereum?
200,000.
The S&P 500 was worth 271. Now it's worth 458. It would have almost doubled. To
if I put in like traditional stocks or traditional.
Just the S&P 500, just following the market in general.
Yep.
Why are you in a bunch of debt? 27 years old.
I spent like 10K going to Europe. Ooh. Yeah, for 5 weeks, and I know that it's not going to make me look good, and people are going to have opinions about this, but I honestly do not regret that for a second.
Well,
it does. It gave me like a reason to want to live again. Honestly, when
put
I
you in
quit
debt.
my job, I had 10 to 15K saved up. Like as emergency
Why'd you quit your
savings.
job?
It was a tough work environment. It was basically one of those things where the boss felt like a Bravo reality TV show. Like he was the villain, but also like super hectic and a lot going on. So I'm grateful for the experience, and I'm really glad I left there. But I do try to take on freelance clients if it's worth it. But right now I'm just trying to focus on my new job, and it is a pretty new job. And so, yeah, I really like where I am.
Okay, so are you okay?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay. Your voice is shaking, so I just want to make sure.
In general, I do get shaky when I talk too. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, just as someone who is an anxious person and has my own issues with that, I want to make sure. And you're pretty much financially right now, but guys, this is all consumer. Well, except for the little medical debt. So taking away the medical debt, this is all consumer bull crap debt, and we're at $120,000.
In debt?
$120,000 of consumer death, bull, high interest rate for the most part, death. This is the worst I have ever seen in terms of consumer debt. I would be honestly relatively ashamed at that number.
Was that a baby?
To be very clear. That is a road that no one should ever go down, and this is something you guys need to turn around ASAP, or the future is not a future. I'm just being as real and honest as possible. They're desperate to hire right now. If any industry is desperate to hire, it is service.
And how long do you think I'm gonna last there?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Get fired, or are you existing?
Yeah, until I like raise an issue, and then.
Well, if you decide to be a big boy and take care of yourself, you'll last there for a while.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Are you planning to raise an issue at your new job where it gets you fired or something? Like who asked that question?
Just maybe.
I just know somebody's going to be like, oh, you think you're a smart kid. And I am. I have a degree in information systems. So if I see a way to improve something, I'm going to suggest it.
Why and then they're going to have this degree in information systems and no one cares? We don't care.
What did I spend that time on, man? What did I do? Why do I have a degree in information systems if nobody cares?
We don't. No, we don't care.
I don't think anybody's gonna care if you're in a service job and you have a degree in information systems. I don't even know what that is, honestly.
Should I go back to Texas Tech and just give it back to my professors? Be like, nobody gives a shit.
Okay, so it's exciting to you, but in the real world,
it actually does matter. Like, I've accomplished a lot of things with it.
But because of the degree or because of yourself?
I bought a car to put on Turo, and it's covered the monthly payment of the car.
And maintenance?
And maintenance.
Depreciating value?
Yeah, it's covered it all, but now, most recently, a couple months ago, one of the guests had an accident with the car, and it was in the shop for like 2 months, so no revenue, and I'm still responsible for the car payment.
Within that app that like the guest has to take care of that?
Yeah, insurance covered it all, but
But even
I still had to pay the car payment. Turo offers like if you need another car while your car's in the shop, like up to 30 a day or up to 50 a day rental car type of thing. I wanted to try the Turo thing.
When I try something, I try it with like $100. You tried it with a current payoff balance of $20,418.
Oh my.
4% interest.
That's quite a try.
Oh my.
4% interest, yes, but again, it's one, a car you don't need. Two, you don't know if the business is long-term viable, especially throughout the entire $20,000 loan thing.
Yeah.
If you did it in cash, that's a different story. Let me get an understanding of your wealth then real quick.
Okay.
What is in your checking account right now? Your personal checking account.
Pennies.
Okay. What is in your savings? Personal savings.
I mean, there's no cash.
What are in your in the stock market?
I had some crypto, and I may have some stocks I haven't looked at in a long time.
Oh boy, how much do you think?
I don't know. The crypto's probably a couple $100 maybe, and
Well, okay, so how much equity do you have in properties?
you know, nothing.
This guy just doesn't. He doesn't have anything and he doesn't even know what he got.
That's the one thing I was.
You have stuff in crypto. You have stuff in stocks. You haven't looked at it in years. Shouldn't you be on top of that thing?
I was hoping for.
I walked away from my house when my wife passed away, and I didn't have the cash at the time, but the mortgage money was sitting there. We went to the National.
The mortgage money, taking money from the. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But you know, here's the thing. A mortgage payment can be made up.
You know you can't afford to go out, right? You know you can't afford to buy any designer clothes. You know you cannot afford to go to anything but great clubs. You know you cannot afford to go out to eat at all, right? To be very clear, not a single time.
I'm speechless.
Do you know you cannot afford that though?
I get my lot. I feel like it saves me so much time though, so I can work on my business.
Work on your How many hours a day are you working?
It depends. And now I'm doing more things now.
Any average?
An average?
How many days, or hours a day are you working?
5.
Then you don't have time. That's stupid. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry, I'm digging into you, but that's dumb. That's dumb, and you need to know that's dumb. That's why I'm being rough. 5 hours a day? Oh, poor me, I'm working 5 hours a day and I can't cook. What do you mean it saves you time? I don't know anything about cars, but I know for a Toyota, whatever, $20,000 to pay over the course of just a couple years with a $718 minimum monthly payment on here.
Yeah, it was like not the best deal, but
it was not the best deal.
But I needed an SUV because I live in a snow area.
You don't need an SUV. I needed
No.
I lived in like the 5th snowiest college in the United States. I had a sedan the entire time. You get snow tires, you're fine. And it was 2-wheel drive, and I delivered Jimmy John's. Justification.
So I lived in a very warm climate. I've never driven in snow before. So
you learn.
It was scary.
Oh, it's very spooky, but you learn. Your minimum payments on all these things, it's going to be like a third of your income, and then you have a stupid expensive rent. You have no money left, essentially.
My car got stolen.
Oh, hi, Anthony. Sorry, I
I
missed
had
you.
a Toyota Camry, and I had
How you doing well
2
today?
payments left, and then it got stolen. So some of the money that I had set aside, I took some of that and added it to my down payment on this car.
Oh, perfect. How much was your down payment?
16,000.
Okay. Is it like souped up in any way?
It's
What? LE, XLE Premium, Adventure? What is it?
I think it's the XLE Premium.
I think you immediately put down $15,000.
Over that, yeah.
Yeah, I think you immediately lost $15,000.
What do you mean?
It's worth about $30,000 because they probably overpriced it, and they, a lot of things that happen at the car dealership, they probably effed you on it a bit. Who the has a Ram 2500?
It's a diesel truck.
Great. It costs $1,275 a month.
Ooh.
That's correct.
You bring in $3,333. This is a third of your income. Third of your income goes to this truck.
I do a lot of driving.
Wait, hold on. He has $3,330 a month in his car. By itself is a third of it. Where's the rest of the money going into? That's rent. That's another percentage. Is he already down to 1,000? How do you eat? How do you live? Where?
Every other country has figured out that you don't need a supersized wagon, like the truck bed. In all these eras, throughout even the start of trucks in this country, not only have they stayed the same, they've actually shrunk, and the cabins have gotten better.
I've seen it.
You're paying way too much, more than you need. You're trying to justify saying you need this to do it. No, buddy, what do you make in this position?
48,000.
What's the balance on this?
About 66.
What's the interest rate?
12.75.
Buddy. Food addiction very clearly still continues. And Dutch Bros is your
I
favorite
felt
place in
that.
the world. You go there every second of your life.
Yeah.
What do you like so much about Dutch Bros? What do you get there?
Several different ones.
Like coffees?
Yeah.
Okay. Just that?
Y'all have a Dutch Bros?
We have Dutch Bros.
Oh yeah.
I've never been to
Oh
one.
no.
But
I just
$10
it's
is
always
a
drinks.
lot.
Yeah, they're like $10.
Oh.
Yeah.
I probably will never go to Dutch Bros with that kind of price.
The drinks are probably like 8 something.
Is it huge?
It's larger than Starbucks.
It's what is he getting that it's costing $10? Isn't like just a regular coffee like $5? I don't know. I never been to a Dutch Bros. I'm comparing it to like Starbucks prices right now. All I ever really get at Starbucks is either a hot chocolate or a chai, and that's like $5-6. It's still a lot, but it's nowhere near $10.
True enjoyment in life is actually being mature.
So I need you to stop using the word mature.
Why?
This is very upsetting. I'm not immature. I just disagree about the Spotify charge. It's $10 a month. It's really all right.
You know what's not all right?
What?
You know what I do with my Spotify charges? I share with my mom. Whatever I got, Netflix, whatever other show, Crunchyroll, either I'm on the family plan or I'm sharing it with one of my parents. I don't pay a dime for that.
$25,000 in student loan debt.
Should I save the $120 a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you scrape together $120 a year here, $120 a year here,
I know, right, Coco? You done? Thank you.
You're here. It's the small things that hurt Americans' finances the most on a month-to-month basis.
But I want to enjoy my life, you know? The Spotify is something that I have in my budget.
Then your budget's incorrect.
No, but I spend outside of the budget.
Though I know like not everybody has like a good relationship with their parents. So I can't say share with your parents. Like this person might be estranged from their parents. I don't know their story. But I'm just saying if you have the option and you have the means and you can share with your parents, just share with your parents. That's $10 off your monthly, weekly spend or whatever, you know?
That's the problem, is the spending out of the budget.
What'd you come here for?
What do you mean?
You're just disagreeing with even something as simple as Spotify.
I just don't consider it in that category, that's all.
Why?
I feel like I already explained that. I listen to hours and hours and hours of Spotify.
Cool. You can't listen to an ad? What is the car?
2020 X1 BMW.
BMW. People on the show and their BMWs and go into debt for BMWs just so you can be the worst drivers on the road. Always the BMWs. What?
It was my
Yeah, you got a
poor
car you
decision.
definitely did not need. What's the balance on this? What's the overall balance?
BMWs do be driving bad.
56, 57?
56.
What's the minimum monthly payment?
1,140.
Oh my! I've never.
He tried to talk me out of it, and I said no.
What's the term length on this thing?
6 years.
What's the interest rate on this?
15%.
Six. Yeah.
Oh, 15.
Do we know the value of this car today?
It's
Half
probably
of it.
it's probably 8,000, 2020.
My life. Okay.
That's not even
You
worth
have a
it. Oh my
4Runner.
goodness.
Do you like this 4Runner?
I love it actually.
Yeah, well, it loves f***ing you because it is $800 minimum monthly payment.
I feel like anyone with expensive cars can't actually drive. That is true. But I think I've already shared this story before. When I was learning to drive with my mama Vanna, I was driving down the highway, like probably not the very first time, but not enough that I'm comfortable to drive on the highway, but like early enough that I didn't have that much experience driving on the driving on a highway. I think I've already said this story before. But there was this guy that came up in the merge lane to get on the driveway, and they kept matching the speed of our car, so they weren't slowing down or speeding up. They just kept matching my speed, so we almost like what's the word? Not crash, but like, you know, like we almost touched, you know. So I had to drive faster. While we're already getting on the highway, I had to drive faster to avoid touching sides with them. So then they again drove up next to me, and they basically threatened to shoot me and my mom. I'm pretty sure I already told this story before.
$800 minimum monthly payment. Are you kidding me? How does that feel for you?
It feels a little intense.
15% of your post-tax income, and you make good income.
What the fuck? Yeah, they like implied they had a gun, and they also had like kids in the back seat. So yeah. Mama Vana is more aggressive than me. So Mama Vana was in the passenger seat. So she was fighting with the driver. Like, she wasn't saying do it, but she was saying like, "Are you stupid? Like, what are you doing? Like, you got kids in your backseat. I got my kid in the car." Like you know, she was that kind of person, you know.
Yeah.
$800. And the total remaining balance is $43,885, which is almost half your annual income. So this one sucks, and this is what's going to take care of your situation more than anything. And I don't think you're going to do this, but this is what you would actually need to do in this situation. Forerunner's gone for now.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, it's $800 a month plus the car insurance of $300 something, and you work from home. Come on.
Okay, was it you, Cookie? You just sent in some videos in the video recommended. I think it is you. This one's a bit long. Is this one shorter? That's even longer. Okay, we'll watch the Incredibles one then.
This video is sponsored by Manscaped. Stay tuned for more info.
You know, if you've got Tubby Joe Schmo over there with a laser pointed at his head, then he might have to wait in line a little while.
Why is this guy literally Homelander? A lot of people tend to call The Incredibles one of the darkest animated movies of all time. You guys are probably aware of all the video essays on YouTube about The Incredibles, right? The ones delving deep into why it's a subversive masterpiece and secretly one of the darkest animated movies ever made. Now these are all perfectly fine, well-constructed videos. I got no...
And you know what? Incredibles 1 was a masterpiece. Incredibles 2, it was alright, but not as good, you know?
With them, but something that always confused me is how so many people these days treat The Incredibles being a way darker movie than they remembered as some sort of massive groundbreaking secret, when it's like... No, like, dude, a guy throws himself off a building at the start of this movie. There's absolutely a ton of darker subtext and lore you can get from the movie, thanks to its frankly incredible world building. But I think a lot of people tend to focus on all the stuff you can get on the surface level because they're now adults and can actually comprehend the dialogue and mature themes the film has always had, which is completely understandable. A lot of people still expect animated movies to be primarily focused on entertaining kids, and The Incredibles is one of the few animated movies they've watched that feels like it was also written with adults in mind. But yeah, The Incredibles has some dark stuff going on, and the scene that's always stuck with me since I was a kid is the scene where Mr. Incredible finds out about Operation Kronos, and we get a look at all of the superheroes that Syndrome had killed in order to train the Omnidroid. Not just because it's a fantastic scene in its own right, but also because we never actually see many of the other supers outside of The Incredibles and Frozone. In fact, it's...
You know, I haven't rewatched Incredibles, the first movie, in so long, but there's like still a whole bunch of things that I just remember from the movie, because it's just it's an incredible movie.
In the sequel that we finally get to see some other supers actually using their powers. We also never see much of what life was like in the superhero glory days before they were banned. Now the obvious reason for all of this is that we don't necessarily need to see this stuff. The Incredibles has a very tight script, and that's one of its greatest strengths. But the lore-obsessed freak within me has always been interested in getting a glimpse of what everything was like.
Incredibles. It's like Incredibles is like before Invincible came out. Whenever you hear Incredibles, you just hear that with the title title card.
In those days, and more importantly, actually knowing who these heroes were and what they were like. Little did I know that for the past 20 years, I could have gotten this
No
glimpse
capes.
at any time I wanted. Recently, I've been seeing discussions about and clips floating around from an incredibly important piece of the Incredibles lore that I genuinely had no idea about, and not many people seem to know much about it either. I'm of course talking about the National Supers Agency tapes that can be found in the extras menu for the Incredibles on DVD, a classified compilation of taped interviews with many of the superheroes in the Incredibles universe, the majority of which were later killed by Sinister.
Man, do you guys also miss like the custom DVD menus that they used to have back in the day? Like the Incredibles on DVD, the menu screen, it was so fucking awesome. God, I loved it. I don't think they even still do DVDs like that now. Well, like the DVD itself was like themed with the movie. Past DVD menus were insane. Yeah. I think I remember, I don't remember if it might have been the first SpongeBob movie, but the SpongeBob movie DVD, it was also themed in SpongeBob. It had like the bubbles when you go down through like the options. It did the bubbles transition like in the show, like it does sometimes when you press play. Man, it was awesome. I loved it.
Or were already dead, giving us a glimpse into what these people were like, their powers, their personalities, relationships, and their weaknesses, and how this roughly half an hour's worth of optional extra content included on DVD adds so much to the existing Incredibles lore and provides some genuinely interesting and sometimes disturbing insights into what kind of people were behind the masks. I've had this in my possession for about as long as I have been alive, and not once did I ever think to check these out because I've never really been interested in the extras included with DVDs.
Because we were children. We weren't thinking that deep. We were children. We didn't think. Oh yeah, the Shrek one too. Yeah, I remember. God, now I feel old. But I miss them sometimes.
No, may sound heretical given just how much cool stuff used to be crammed into these extras.
Oh my God, was that?
DVDs, which I know may sound.
Who the hell? Who is this kid? Violet's unchanged. Oh my goodness. Mrs. Incredible, she's skinnier, notably. But Violet's basically still the same.
Heretical given just how much cool stuff used to be crammed into these extras menus, but that's just the kind of kid I was. Nowadays, given the frankly depressing state
yeah, that ain't Dash.
very little heart or soul put into their presentation.
That ain't Dash, that's fucking Crash.
Or extra content, I would kill to have stuff like this back. It's so cool. Especially when you start listening to these tapes and realize they had to get a ton of voice actors to read like 1 to 2 minutes worth of dialogue.
Hi,
for
Carl.
characters that are canonically dead. This was made purely out of love and to add some additional context to an already rock-solid film. Pixar used to be one of the best when it came to extra content included on DVD. And honestly, nowadays, even if they just put these kind of things on Disney Plus, I'd still be happy to get them. But anyway, I wanted to do
Disney
a proper
Plus wouldn't
deep
do
dive
that.
into these tapes and discuss all the little details I could get. There is technically a video about these tapes from Thai Records lol, and I mean no offense when I say this, it was basically just a re-upload of the tapes with about 4 minutes worth of additional commentary, and personally I think there's a lot more you can say about these tapes. Here's how this is gonna go. I'm gonna try to play each tape in full and give my commentary and analysis after one of them is finished. I may have to cut some of them short if any copyright issues arise, but I've noticed Pixar are pretty lax when it comes to copyright protections on these, so if I do run into any issues, I'll try to play the most important parts for you. In conjunction with the tapes, I will also be providing some lore drops from the Elastigirl prequel book set before the events of Incredibles 1.
There's a prequel book?
This is also a handy piece of lore that not many people know about, and it's also a pretty fun read. I hope this is more of a chill video. This is very different compared to what I usually do on this channel, so please let me...
And Disney and Pixar collectors are crazy. I didn't even know about the Elastigirl prequel book.
know if you enjoyed and found this interesting, and I'll see if I can make some more videos like this one going forward. But first, please allow me to fulfill a contractual obligation. This video is sponsored by Manscaped, the men's grooming brand trusted by over 12 million men worldwide.
And you know what, chat? We are good reactors because why? We watch through the ads.
Statistically speaking, is the highest number of men you'll ever see agree on something. Hey, bull shavers, has this ever happened to you? Well, no more. Meet the
Unfortunately, I'm not one of
Ultra
them.
Electric body trimmer in the sleek white hot colorway. Clean design,
I do
powerful
not
type,
have
this thing
a
is built
ball.
for results.
Not that I'm aware
expensive, I
of.
shouldn't do that. It comes with 2 next-gen skin-safe blade heads, 1 trimmer blade and 1 foil blade, so you can quickly switch up your grooming style depending on the look you're going for. The trimmer is longer, wider, and can handle the thickest hair without resulting in a trip to the doctor, with the foil blade giving an ultra-smooth and polished finish. 2 pro-level tools in one without breaking the bank, and the upgraded LED light helps you see every angle, even in low light, with a new dual temperature setting to complement all skin tones. Oh yeah, and it's got USB-C charging, a travel lock, RPM technology for top-notch performance. Oh yeah, and it's waterproof. A 2-year warranty on all powered devices. Does all that sound interesting? Oh, it better. Head over to manscaped.com and grab yours now.
That gives me an idea. If I ever, when we get Clump Plushie, I'm gonna make an ad for the Clump Plushie, and I'm gonna do exactly what he did with that shaver. I'm gonna throw the Clump Plushie in a bucket of water and say he's waterproof.
Use my promo code CartoonChi, you'll get 15% off your entire order at checkout. That's 15% off with promo code CartoonChi at manscaped.com. Thank you so much to Manscaped for the sponsor, and thank all of you for helping to support this channel. And welcome back. As said previously, each tape belongs to a specific hero, and the information provided on screen and through their voiceover will be discussed once the tape itself is finished playing. I've also broken this video up into chapters, so if there's a specific character here you're interested in hearing about, then feel free to skip along, though I do recommend you watch in full. Alright, let's begin.
Apogee?
Do we have to talk about the Thrilling Three? Yeah, yes, I was part of that group, and it was well-intentioned, a bit misguided. You know, let's face it, it wasn't really the Thrilling Three. It was really the Thrilling One plus 2 in Gazer Bean's mind. It was less than thrilling.
Gazer Bean was the skeleton that Mr. Incredible saw in the cave, I remember. Wow, I can't believe I remember that.
Less than thrilling, that's good. Well, let's see. I started out in Arizona and then migrated over to Los Angeles, which was great. I had a great long run there. A lot of work to be done. A lot of superheroes see Los Angeles as kind of a launching ground. And to be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of places to launch to from there. The solar-powered thing, you know, it's good for the environment, but it's not so good for me. It limits my ability. It limits my work hours. It makes me look like an idiot if something happens at night. You know, really, it's really hard when it's nighttime for me because I'm a rather social person. I like to dance. I like to go out to dinner, and if something horrible happens, my power's not going on because the sun's not out, and so it can be frustrating at times. Unless evil breaks out at a tanning salon, I'm done for.
One thing you'll immediately notice about these tapes is the fact that every hero's weakness is either written down or said out loud by the hero being interviewed. You'll also remember that in the movie, Syndrome had spent a good while killing off these exact supers one by one, and to do that he would have had to have access to some sort of classified files to know about their secret identities and locations. Hunting down this many heroes who are not only in hiding but are protected by a small branch of the government is no small feat, and I personally believe that Syndrome somehow gained access to these files, which gave him all the information he needed. And I don't think it would have been that difficult for him to obtain these files given his career as an arms dealer, and he likely had a good relationship with any government or agency buying from him. Then there's also the fact that Mirage does most of the scouting and spy work for him, as seen when she's tailing Bob and Lucius at the start of the movie, and when she successfully sneaks into InsureCare to spy on Bob and deliver the message to him when he's not looking. This would also be a good reason for why these tapes were even made or thrown into the DVD as a bonus, giving us a look at all of the files Syndrome had on.
It's worth noting that the menu that contains these tapes resembles Syndrome's computer, which, while likely just a neat detail, is also a very cool coincidence, if nothing else.
Troopers in order to kill them off one by one and train the Omnidroid. As you likely saw and heard, Apogee gets her...
Alright, Apogee, since we were listening to the tape, I didn't pay attention to the words. Power type, that's all the way at max strength, like 20% endurance, about like 80% intelligence, that looks like 70%. Agility, again, down basically to nothing. Indestructibility a bit higher, but not halfway. Powers, gravity control, travels by solar-powered levitation, Wears solar enhancing membrane suit. Power increases as sun reaches apogee, high noon, and that's how she got her name. And weaknesses, absent of sunlight, clouds, and eclipse. Personality, former member of the Thrilling Three, disbanded. Highly intelligent, quick-witted, lacks tact, enjoys finding faults in others.
Powers via solar panels, which, to be a bit of a nitpicking douche for a second, is very funny considering the golden age of supers like it took place in the 40s. Supers were likely banned in 1947, and commercially viable solar panels weren't really a thing until 1954. Hey, look, we're overthinking The Incredibles here. I can be a history nerd if I want to. And she makes it very clear that she's next to useless at night. It can be rightfully assumed that Syndrome took advantage of this by having the Omnidroid attack her either at night or in an enclosed space with no light source. We also learn that she was part of the superhero group called the Thrilling Three that consisted of her, Gazer...
The Thrilling Three focus national threats. Leader, Gazer Beam, provides cover using laser power. Tactical apogee airstrikes. The Phalange, voice powers, the grunt of the group. Team headquarters, Sterling 3 Towers in Nation's capital, currently leasing out the office space pending new group formation. Effective Operation Daylight because apogee. She can't really do anything at night, as she said. Notes disbanded the breakup of the team tarnish national symbol of patriotism. Omit numbers in team names. Omit numbers in team names calls attention to membership fluctuation.
And the Flange. We'll learn later on that superhero groups weren't that uncommon back in the day, but that they tended to fizzle out and disband due to friction between members, which may have added to the growing public resentment towards supers, given how the disbanding of these groups tarnished the national symbol of patriotism, which is something you probably don't want to do in a recently post-World War II America.
Blaystone.
I am very independent. I don't need helicopters. I don't need airplanes. I can heat the air underneath me and lift right up, and I don't have equipment. The flames come straight
Holy yap. Oh my god, I can barely keep up with what she's saying.
out of me. What a waste. Some superheroes have equipment, and I think that's just a waste. You have to maintain it all the time. I just have my super suit, and that's about it. I like my independence. You know, the NSA knows that I'm very independent, and, you know, a team, you know, surrounding, you know, they do look after me, and which is good and everything. You know, they always have to keep an eye on me. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I only light a couple of things on fire that I shouldn't light on fire. I mean, it's not my fault. I mean, it is very hard.
Whoa. I only light a couple things on fire, but it's not my fault. What do you mean? Hello? Oh, so slow down, girl.
To, you know, keep everything under wraps. Sometimes my temper, you know, I can get a little bit hot-headed, but not much. I mean, when I think about things that kind of anger me just a little bit, you know, then boom, you know, the building lights on fire, and then next thing you know it, the hills light on fire, and okay, and then Frozone has to come along and you know, cool everything down, and then I have to be grateful and say, oh, thank you, Frozone, I really appreciate it. But, you know, he's really annoying. He thinks he's all bad, and I do enjoy being independent. You know, they recognize that.
Did she just trash talk Frozone? My guy? Girl?
I love my powers, and, you know, I don't have to carry any equipment on me, and I really enjoy that.
Could you say that again?
Wait, what? Do you want me to say the whole thing again? I thought it was perfectly clear. You want me to go back again, the whole thing? I don't understand. Oh, okay. I am so sorry. I know what the problem is. I keep on forgetting which dimension I'm in. Wait, which dimension am I in?
Blaystone is very interesting, and before any
dimension? What is she? She can cross dimensions? What's she talking about? Oh my goodness.
Anyone asks, no, she does not have any dimensional warping powers or anything of the sort.
Why did she say that? Oh my gosh.
I've seen a few people online suggest that.
Alright, hold on. We see her stats up there. Pyrotechnic kinetic discharge, heat control and heat resistance. Flies by riding on heated air. Weaknesses, water, and below zero temperatures. Well then, Frozone's gonna completely kick her ass. Personality, team affiliation, Beta Force. Once partners with Frozone, but relationship ran hot and cold, sassy. Arrested and jailed, recruited by NSA. Watch closely to ensure she operates within NSA guidelines.
Her comments about not knowing what dimension she's in after realizing she's talking too fast suggest that she travels through different dimensions, despite that not being one of her listed powers at all. She's just described as a pyrotechnic by the NSA, and if she did have powers of this magnitude, I believe they would have absolutely had it written down somewhere. So for all we know, she just has a habit of talking really fast. It's not a very exciting answer, but it is funny. As seen in the notes here, before she became a superhero, she was arrested and jailed for some sort of crime that that we're not told about, only to be recruited and rehabilitated by the National Supers Agency, who kept her on a tight leash while she performed hero work. Surprisingly, she used to be in a relationship with Frozone, but that doesn't really get elaborated on too much, and she even teamed up with Universal Men as a dynamic duo.
Beta Force, focus street level crime. Leader not applicable. Tactical shock and awe. Bladestone takes them down by using pyrotechnic powers. Universal Man flushes them out by creating confusion and panic. Effective operation, night only. Team headquarters, abandoned World's Fair Pavilion, Statue of Atlas. Notes, paired together by NSA, Natural Supers Agency, I think he said, as part of Bladestone's rehabilitation. These two will be great if they don't kill each other first.
Called Beta Force, who seemed to only operate during the night compared to most of the other heroes who operated at basically any time. However, she would defect from the NSA and fall on the wrong side of the law once again later on. This isn't explained in the NSA tapes, but is actually shown in the Elastigirl prequel book, where she organized a group of criminals together in order to steal a bunch of stuff and leave the city, only to be foiled by Elastigirl, Downburst, Mr. Incredible, Frozone, and even Universal Man. Sometime after Bladestone was released from jail, she was targeted by Syndrome, who likely took advantage of her weakness to water and cold temperature.
So, criminal to hero to villain. That's a crazy pipeline. Then killed by Syndrome? Alright.
My powers are atomic density manipulation, ability to reshape matter. Say you have a cut or a boo-boo on your arm, I can, I can probably do something about that. I'm not exactly a Band-Aid. I'm a little bit better than that. I'll actually heal it. So I got my start in a doctor's office, actually. It seemed like a good place to start at the time, but it's pretty boring in there, actually, and I got a little tired of it. The doctors, they didn't appreciate what I was doing as much anymore, and I wanted something a little sexier, than just cleaning up wounds. So
what?
I thought I would try this whole superhero thing, see how that went for me. Currently, I'm focusing in on trying to reshape different materials into bicycles. It's sort of a hobby. I'm starting to gain some acceptance within the superhero community. I've gone to conferences and stuff, and at first I started in the back of the room, just sort of as an onlooker. Now I have my own, I have a table I get to sit at now. Some heroes talk to me, especially if they want a bicycle.
Downburst seems fairly chill, honestly. He doesn't seem like the
He sure loves his bicycles. Let the man have his bicycles.
Strongest hero ever, but his atomic manipulation powers seem fairly neat. By the time this interview was recorded, it didn't seem like he got very far of making them super useful, given his healing capabilities were only limited to small wounds, which in all fairness does seem pretty handy in battle. The Elastigirl prequel book, however, did show that he had gotten more effective of healing, and his atom generation abilities also led to him creating the original Elasticycle for Elastigirl. A lot of Downburst's lore seems to be closely tied to Elastigirl, honestly, despite not being the
excuse me. Downburst. Powers, atomic manipulation, ability to reshape matter, creates transportation devices from available material. Cannot reshape matter into complex forms, reshaping organics limited to healing small wounds. Like, that's just the limits of his power? Or is that like a personal limitation? Or a mental limitation? Because I think, given his powers, he could probably, like, completely regrow an arm if he was capable. Heal burn marks, heal scars. Personality, continuing NSA training to develop ability to reshape matter into complex manufactured objects. Current focus, bicycle. Unrequited crush on Bladestone. Dislikes Frozone. I wonder why. Do not bring up in conversation.
strongest hero ever, he shockingly did manage to beat the second version of the Omnidroid, which a lot of people would look over because the Kronos Unveiled scene in The Incredibles cuts away on the second version killing Blazestone, and then cuts back to Downburst being killed by the third version. Downburst doesn't seem to have any real serious weaknesses listed on here, so it's likely the Omnidroid just beat him through sheer brute force after learning all his moves in the first fight. Also, as a side note, can we talk about just how incredible the voice acting is in these tapes? Without exaggeration, this is some of the most natural and realistic sounding voice work I've ever heard. It really does feel like these characters are having casual, down-to-earth conversations, and it really sells how interesting these are to listen to, and also how kinda eerie this all is when you really think about it. 90% of these people are dead, and the realistic voice acting really sells that these were all real people with their own lives. These aren't just one-off cartoon characters created for the express purpose of being killed off screen. A lot of thought was put into all of their powers, designs, and personalities. It makes Syndrome superhero genocide feel so much more tragic, and listening to these classified government recordings of them in their prime is oddly creepy.
Dyna guy.
Being a superhero, one of the first things you gotta do is figure out what you want the people to call you. You know, I started out, well, let's go with the power, but you know, forehead ray disintegration guy, that was too long. I couldn't do that every time I went out to save someone. You know,
Lord Explosion Murder God Dynamite. That's what that was right there.
walk up to a supervillain, it's like, stop, it's forehead ray disintegration man, and by then he's already turned tail and run. So one day I'm having lunch in a local diner, and I'm really desperate. I haven't thought of a name yet, so I'm just looking around. It's like Forkman didn't work. How about Spoon Dude, Banana Cream Pie Throwing Man, Black and White TV Guy, Menu Mensch. That didn't work. The
Menu
Napkin
Mensch?
Dispenser Guy. I didn't really want that name, but I see the placemat. You know, it's Ralph's Diner, and thinking maybe Diner Guy, but no, like if my name's Diner Guy, it's like I'm only protecting the diner. When people come in, I defend the diner, and I didn't want to restrict myself to that. Keep thinking Diner Guy, it actually fit together. I thought it had a good ring to it. So we started saying it to myself. It was like Dynamite and Dynamo and Dynamic and Dinosaur. They all sort of meant big and powerful, and I just think all those words, they really sounded dynamic, which you put them together and you get me.
Dyna Guy is the first hero we listen.
That does like seem incredibly realistic. Like if I didn't know that it came from like Mr. Incredible, I don't think like that's an actual interview from somebody, like, you know.
Who was already long dead by the time supers were banned in the first movie, being one of the many victims of cape-related suit malfunctions.
Dyna Guy, he had a great look. Oh, the cape and the boots. No capes.
No capes.
There isn't a whole lot we can get from.
Alright, hold on.
Look. Oh, the
He's
cape
just
and
pretty
the
fast with that.
boots. No capes.
There isn't a
Dyna Guy. Disintegration ray disrupts atomic force among atoms. He has a fucking disintegration ray? Oh my goodness. Flight powered by iron propulsion gauntlets. Limited range for disintegration. Object must be closer than 5 meters. Yeah, but still, you can just fucking disintegrate things? That's crazy. Personality. Original member of the Thrilling 3 replaced after death by Gazer. Replaced after death by Gazer Beam. Oh, Gazer Beam replaced him after he died with the cape-related incident. Impulsive and reckless, NSA meditation regimen. Died in action, suit malfunction, because of the cape, you know. NSA ion propulsion gauntlets recovered, reassigned.
a whole lot we can get from Dyna Guy other than he shot disintegration rays from his forehead, and he was the original member of the Thrilling 3, only to be replaced by Gazer Beam after he died. It's also written down that the NSA managed to recover his ion propulsion gauntlets and considered reassigning them to another hero after his death.
Elastigirl! That's our girl. Our goat.
When you're a female
superhero. Getting clothes that don't wear out after a couple of wearings. I mean, after one good fight, I don't want to look like a housefrau, like I'm wearing a burlap sack. So, yeah, I've spent so much money. I've been broke trying to put together a good wardrobe for work. And that's just when is this problem going to be solved for me? I can't wait for the day when somebody can put together a good line of action wear. You know, action wear that will be form-fitting, that will recover after a couple of good days of work, that can really function and has style. Okay, look.
And you know what? Who came along after that? No, Edna was there actually in the wedding, if I remember right. But Edna's got you, girl.
If I do a couple of good moves, hold on. If I do a couple of moves like, I'm sorry.
What is she? Is she stretching in the middle of the interview? Oh my goodness.
Like that. I mean, look at the underarms. My armpits are like practically down to my knees. This is like very, very unattractive. It's like bagging out around my hips. I was looking nice before, and now it's, maybe I'm as big as a house in this thing. Hey!
Well?
Is there somebody out there? I mean, is there any, good wardrobe designer? I
might know someone who could do it.
Help! I'm looking for a little help here. Okay?
Help!
Name's Edna Mode. She is a bit tough to deal with, and she won't come cheap.
You know what? I got a good question. How come the NSA, the National Supers Association, isn't paying for my action wear, huh?
Just remember to save your receipts.
I don't think you guys want me playing for any other team, do you?
Even though we're all
Yeah, wait, hold on. That's a good point she made. How come the NSA isn't paying for any of their suits? They have to pay it out of pocket? They can recommend Edna Mode. They know she's expensive. They're not gonna. Do they even pay them?
Familiar with Elastigirl by this point, there's still some cool points of interest here. She was offered to lead a new superhero team called Heroes Incorporated and denied the offer, and was often romantically pursued by a lot of supers and kept shooting them down, preferring her freedom and independence. This further adds to the juxtaposition shown with her and Mr. Incredible during the opening interview of The Incredibles, how Bob wants to settle down and raise a family, whereas Helen is still constantly thinking about hero work, and how once they got married and raised a family together, they completely swapped priorities. This interview also marks
Okay, Elastigirl. Full body elasticity, functional stretch length 30 meters, minimum thickness 1 millimeter. Strength diminishes in proportion to max elasticity. Aggressive go-getter, reliable. Refuse offered to lead new super team Heroes Incorporated. Romantically pursued by many top suitors, but prefers her freedom. Heartbreaker. And that's my girl. That's a girl boss right there. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, Elastigirl.
The first time Elastigirl is taught about Edna Mode, sparking their partnership and leading to the creation of her classic suit we're all familiar with. Towards the end of the interview, she gets a bit feisty of the NSA about how they aren't paying for her damaged supersuits, which are costing her hundreds, potentially thousands of dollars to replace, even making what sounds like a small threat to play for a different team if this isn't sorted out for her. There's a couple of conclusions you can reach with a statement like this, but given the time period, and stay with me here, she's probably referring to the USSR. We've already seen with the disbanding of the Thrilling Three that superheroes and superhero groups were closely tied to the image of American patriotism, and given the Cold War technically commenced in the mid-1940s and before supers were banned, that gives this little threat a lot more weight. Now, I don't think Elastigirl was genuinely going to team up with the USSR if her suits weren't paid for, but
I mean, if they weren't gonna pay her, then who is she to say no if they offer her, like, a full-time salary, you know?
I do think she was being cheeky and tried to light a fire under the NSA's ass so she wasn't forced to pay for suits that couldn't withstand her powers.
Everseer.
You see, when one is a superhero, there's a certain catalog of expectations that are incorporated with it. Say, the physical appearance. Yes, I stay in shape. Yes, I have the colorful outfit that goes along with it. But you see, what is inside? The perception, the sensitivity, the foresight, and the psychic awareness are what is important and what makes us different. What makes us transcend mere knocking about. Yes, I can mix it up. Oh, I can fight with the rest of them. I can knock 3 people through walls if I have to, but why do that when through the process of the mind you can avert conflict before it happens? I can make you perceive that I'm beating you up without even touching you with rapier intellect. Quite frankly, there are a lot of things that come along with being a superhero, the whacking, the battering, that I find quite unpleasant. And frankly, it's the germs. They're everywhere, and they're so small, and saliva, and blood, and bits of bone, and tooth. There's a lot of supervillains. Frankly, they're not clean people. They don't take care of their hygiene. I mean, you punch a mouth, and who knows what's on you after that. If
Oh my
cleanliness
goodness.
is next to godliness, then ungodliness is dirty. I can deal with a messy psyche, but I cannot deal with a messy bathroom. I mean, why can't people just clean up once in a while and wipe a sink or they leave hair? Don't they see it? Don't they
Oh my goodness, this guy's crashing out over germs.
see the scum building up? I mean, it is just a nightmare that you walk into someone's bathroom and they have not touched it in months. We're scrubbing. Are we out of time?
Everseer has a funny voice and I like him. Being part of one of the few successful superhero groups in this universe, the Fantasmics, something I've noticed of a decent number of heroes in these tapes is that some of them really aren't that strong. Downburst and Everseer seem to fill more support.
Hold on.
Heroes in these tapes is that some of them really aren't that strong. Downburst and
Everseer. Magnoscopic vision, microscope, and telescopic vision. Telepathy and clairvoyance. Weaknesses: mind reading animals, especially squirrels. What's it? I don't know. I'm making the connection between Doug from Up and this guy because of the whole squirrel thing. Team Fantasmics. He's a team leader. Obsessive compulsive, germophobic. Prefers to avoid physical contact, unmarried. Shared therapist practice with Cyclave. Author of Shut Up, Quieting Your Inner Voice. And Beware! Unseen Dangers of the Microscopic World.
Everseer seem to fill more supportive roles than actually engaging in the crime fighting themselves, with Everseer specifically relying on telepathy to avoid unnecessary violence and to reorganize the Fantasmics and coordinate an attack. I can't imagine he fared very well against the Omnidroid. Definitely.
It doesn't seem like he really has any of, like, physical moves he could have done against. He seems like really squishy, you know? He only has mental powers. That doesn't do much against a robot.
Wouldn't have lasted long, especially since he was facing it alone without the rest of his team. I also greatly doubt that Syndrome was able to capitalize on his weakness because... I mean, read this for a sec. It's very likely Everseer died quickly. An interesting but non-canon tidbit here is that there was a line of Incredibles comics by Boom Studios that I also had no idea
There were comics?
Existed until recently, and before the comics were cancelled and the canonicity was thrown up in the air thanks to Incredibles 2, Everseer foresaw his death at the hands of the Omnidroid years before it actually happened, and that when he was killed, his brain was preserved and was used by the main villain Zarek. That's about the extent of
Oh, this poor guy.
my knowledge regarding these comics, and what happens after this isn't known due to the comics cancellation, but I thought this was an interesting bit of trivia to add.
Frozen! My guy.
Some mishaps as Frozone, but generally I've learned how to take, lemons and make...
Are they talking to him in the middle of like a something happening in the background?
lemonade, and I've been able to do some things for people that possibly would have turned out quite badly had I not been there. I've gone on vacations with friends of mine who were looking forward to a great ski vacation, and we got there, snow was melting. Hey, I was able to go out and make that happen. I'm like the human Zamboni. One day, I must have been, I don't know, maybe 1.5, 2 years old, and I had a glass of Kool-Aid. And I really wanted a popsicle. And in my mind, I was thinking, popsicle, next thing I know, Kool-Aid was frozen in the glass. I was like licking it. And from that point on, anytime I wanted to freeze something, I just thought about it being frozen and it was frozen. I was elated. I'm a superhero because that's who I am. You know, if it was possible, I would love to just tell the world who I am and let them know. But then I'd have no privacy, right? There'd be, you know, babes lined up around my house. There'd be guys calling every day trying to ask for a super favor. You know how that is.
Aside from getting a recounting of the time Frozone discovered his powers, there's also an important detail here of his listed weaknesses: heat and low humidity environment.
Also, I was gonna say, peep the fact that he's the only black superhero. Just saying.
Now, no shit, right?
At least it's not electricity powers.
Obviously, that's Frozone's weakness. He even says as much in the movie.
You can't run out of ice. I thought you could use the water in the air. There is no water in this air.
And it would probably be pretty.
Frozone, we know Frozone. Ice generation wears anti-glare refraction goggles. Transport by ice locomotion. Ice skills, ice skates, ice discs. Weaknesses: heat and low humidity environments. Former partners with Blazestone. Romantically? Question mark. Hot dogger. I don't know what that means. Like he's hot-headed, even though he's Frozone. Strong ties to Mr. Incredible. No formal team affiliation. Tried competing in Winter Olympics as Frozone. Rejected by IOC.
Pretty obvious to figure out that if you're going up against an ice-based superhero, that their weakness would probably be heat-related.
Or fire, yeah.
However, the fact these are on the NSA files, and we've already established it's very likely Syndrome had these files, it adds more weight to the idea that the first Omnidroid fought by Mr. Incredible was not originally meant for him, but was instead meant for Frozone. Think about it, the first time we meet Mirage, she's specifically tailing Frozone and doesn't realize Mr. Incredible is with him until they save people from a burning building.
Person who performs showy, flashy, or dangerous maneuvers in sports like skiing or surfing. Oh, okay. Thank you.
She tells whoever she's on the phone to switch targets to Mr. Incredible given Syndrome's obsession with him. It's likely they didn't have the time to change the Omnidroid to accommodate for Mr. Incredible's strengths and weaknesses, which explains why the Omnidroid chases Mr. Incredible down to the lava, as that was the plan for Frozone. It would render his powers completely obsolete due to the extreme heat. Then there's also the fact that this Omnidroid's eyes are blue instead of the red that it has later on, and the fact Syndrome already had Frozone's location written down, and it all starts to click together.
Gamma Jack. Wait, it's hold on. Like again. Thank God that they didn't make Frozone's powers electricity in The Incredibles, but like why was it that so many black superheroes have electric powers? I think I watched a video on that before. I'll try to find it again. But like there's so many fucking superheroes or black superheroes where their electricity is their power, and it's like it's not cool anymore. Think of something else.
There's always going to be a lot of collateral damage. There's lots of villains, and there's lots of villainous deeds going on at any given time. Part of my job is to prioritize which villains I'm going to combat. You know, so, I take a look around, I see if there's any good-looking women who need to be rescued immediately, and then I sort of start from there and work my way down the list. You know, if you've got Tubby Joe Schmo over there with a laser pointed at his head, and he might have to wait in line a little while. Yeah.
Static is electric magnetic, though. It's still electric based. It's still electric based.
I fought my fair share of villains, and they all have their own unique challenges. You know, they got their zombie monkeys and their giant laser robots and their super aquatic ninja pygmy.
Don't throw. I'm not throwing shade. Static Shock is a. I like Static Shock. I like Static Shock as much as the next guy. I'm just saying, peep the fact that a lot of black superheroes, their powers are most likely, or 90% of the time, it's electric or electricity based. Like Storm. She's a black woman. Yeah, her power is, in general, weather based, but she still mostly uses her lightning powers, doesn't she?
But I tell you, once in a while, the real kicker is I get these dames, man, these dame villains, and they got the curves and the hair and the big eyes, and boy, those ones they're really, really hard to kill. Especially the ones that they come up and and they're looking at you and you're looking at them.
Miles Morales, yeah.
Simpatico, like she's digging you.
Who else? I'm blanking out now. That's pretty on the nose.
And you're digging her, digging you, and boy, you really got to take a jog around the block real quick and, sort of get your concentration back, compose yourself.
Sorry, was this guy talking about how he only saves hot women?
Because, you can't get distracted by these sort of thoughts when you're going up against a super villain. That's one of the hard parts of the jobs, when you come across a dame who's really something to look at, and you just got to let her have it because she's a villain. Yeah, those are the bad days.
Holy
what?
Gamma Jack is a piece of work, alright? This was the tape that convinced me to make this video in the first place, and it's probably the most known about and discussed tape in the bunch due to how obscenely out of pocket this guy is. Firstly, let's talk about Jack's powers real quick. Controlled radiation bursts, from focused burns to complete disintegration. I really want to know how Jack even died to the second Omnidroid he fought, because he is incredibly overpowered, and given his personality, super dangerous. He can either choose to shoot you with a cancer ray, or just straight up toss a nuke at you. Why would you even be a criminal in Metroville when this guy is running around? What makes his powers more terrifying is just the kind of person Jack is. Not only does he sound like a chronic narcissist.
Yeah, incel's not the word. He sounds like a guy that would listen to alpha male podcasts. But his powers: controlled radiation bursts, from focused burns to complete disintegration. Maximum range of high intensity bursts is 100 meters. Isn't that like a whole goddamn city? This guy is basically a walking nuke. Oh my god. Sharp intensity fall off over distance. Personality, originally known as Handsome Jack. And I want to say he thought of that before the NSA changed his name to Gamma Jack. A favorite of the ladies, and the ladies also seem to be his favorite. Prone to tyrannical megalomaniacal impulses. Believes supers to be a superior race. I'm clutching my pearls. Oh my goodness. Picky eater. NSA recommends close A-level monitoring. Yeah, this guy is basically a walking nuke and he believes supers to be a superior race. We don't want another Suguru Ghetto on our hands, okay? Next thing you know, he's gonna start calling people without superpowers monkeys and want to exterminate them all. Oh my god. He's a hero at least. Yeah, but one bad day, one bad date. Just one bad day, this guy could like destroy the whole city if he wanted.
But he's also just a bad person in general. Choosing to prioritize women he finds most attractive in a dangerous scenario.
You know what? He's only a hero because it feeds his ego, right? I think that's the only reason that he's a hero. He's a hero because it feeds his ego of people praising him. And he gets to have dates and whatever and be fawned over by women.
And then working down the list, looking
oh my
down
God.
at anyone he finds unattractive and saving them last. The NSA files also describe him as a super supremacist, believing that supers are a superior race, and that he's frequently prone to tyrannical and megalomaniacal
super
impulses.
supremacist.
The fact that he gets so down bad horny when encountering a female supervillain, and nonchalantly describes his frustration and difficulty with having to kill them, and the fact that unlike every other hero in these tapes, he is incredibly open about the fact that he just straight up kills people. I think we got a textbook psychopath in our hands here. I wasn't kidding with that jab at the start of the video. Gamma Jack is the closest thing the Incredibles universe has to Homelander. He scares the NSA so bad they have him under close A-level monitoring. There was a legitimate risk that this guy could have become a supervillain later down the line. I mean, Christ, his original name was Handsome Jack. I mean, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm honestly shocked it took Mr. Incredible saving a guy from killing himself and injuring a bunch of people in a train accident for the public to officially turn against heroes when you had people like—
Oh yeah. Yeah, Super Incredible was the reason that everyone turned against superheroes when we had this fucking guy wandering the streets, saving what he deems ugly people last, actively fawning over the women villains. He's a super supremacist. Oh my god.
Gamma Jack running around giving people cancer and likely leaving hundreds of people to die just because he's a massive horn dog. Any so-called superhero who describes civilian casualties as collateral damage is a massive red flag.
Oh my
And
goodness.
honestly, as bad as this might sound, I'm kind of bummed they killed him off in the first movie. There is so much potential for Gamma Jack as a villain, and while it's very wishful thinking, I kind of want Incredibles 3 to focus on him if they find some way to bring him back. I mean, it's not entirely impossible he's dead. Remember, Mr. Incredible managed to evade being detected by Syndrome after his defeat, and the system had him classified as terminated. So what if Gamma Jack did survive? What if he tries to start a superhero revolution in the third movie? It won't happen, but I like thinking about the missed potential.
Oh yeah, that is true. They thought Mr. Incredible was dead because of the scan. There could be a whole bunch of superheroes that Syndrome thought he terminated, but they managed to game the system like Mr. Incredible did.
Sometimes.
Gazer beam.
I think the question I get asked the most is what happened with The Thrilling 3. It was working fine for me. I have no problem working in groups. I think we were very successful. I think at times we may have been among the best, but a team is just that, a team. And then any time you take individuals and you put them in a contained environment, they tend to react like oil and water sometimes, or peanut butter and chocolate. Although peanut butter and chocolate does taste good together. So
Yeah,
that's
what are you
actually a
talking
bad example. I quite enjoy that. I think the thing I get asked about the most, of course, is my laser vision. People tend to think it's a real picnic to have eyes that shoot lasers, but believe it or not, it's had its disadvantages. If I look at anything too intently, it tends to burst into flames, which can be a real pickle in a relationship scenario. When you're conversing with somebody, a normal person would be able to look them square in the eye. I avert my gaze, which is often interpreted as disinterest, or rather daft or stupid, which couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm a man of culture, a man of passion, and I would say a man of humor, which is not widely known. On the outside, I appear calm and cool, perhaps even collected, but on the inside, I'm guffawing away on the steamship of hilarity. I'm not sure if that made very much sense.
Firstly,
Yeah, I was about to say he has the ability to control his powers, but he did say if he looks too intently, then he does tend to burst something into flames. So he has control over it to an extent. And he's able to not always have to wear his like headgear or his glasses or whatever, right? Unlike Cyclops, who can't even control his powers, he has to have glasses on or whatever to control his powers. Fucking idiot. I'm kidding.
I didn't expect Gazer Beam's voice to be that deep, my goodness. And secondly, yeah, Gazer Beam's kinda dull. He seems like a super nice guy and everything, but...
Oh, sorry.
My goodness. And secondly, yeah, Gazer Beam's kinda dull. He seems like...
Powers, laser gaze, shoots intense laser beams from eyes, vision intensity focus lenses, and containment helmet. Transportation, the Thrilling 3 chopper, motorcycle with two sidecars. Sorry, when I hear chopper, I hear helicopter. So my instinct was they have a fucking helicopter, and then I see it's a motorcycle. Like, oh, sorry, I was just saying what my brain thought. Weaknesses, reflective surfaces. He can't burn through it? Okay. Lame. Team affiliation, the Thrilling 3 now disbanded. Weak night vision, needs glasses for night driving. Secret identity, inner city pro bono lawyer. He's a fucking lawyer? No sense of humor? Well, of course, he's a fucking lawyer. I'm kidding.
like a super nice guy and everything, but the NSA writing down that he has no sense of humor is probably the funniest thing in these tapes. It's interesting to hear him talk about the Thrilling Three in comparison to Apogee though. Apogee seemed to be very frustrated with the fact that Gazerbeam seemed to take the spotlight after he replaced Dynaguy, and how they weren't much of a team at all after Dynaguy died. You throw in the fact that Apogee's powers made her useless during the night and the possibility.
Alright, I felt the shade being thrown. It's okay. I'm sorry. I want to say lo siento, but I don't. That's like be quiet or something, right? What's an apology in Brazilian? What's I'm sorry? Leader. Oh yeah, we already saw this. Desculpa.
That the Flange was losing his powers over time, and it becomes clear they just didn't work well together and it led to the team disbanding. Gazerbeam, on the other hand, was completely unaware anything was wrong. Not due to ego or denial or anything, but because he just isn't great with people. This can also be seen in the file for the Phantasmic, since Gazerbeam actually used to be a member of the team, but left due to him and Everseer not seeing eye to eye. I find all of these details about his character fascinating, especially because in the movie, we don't really know much about Gazerbeam other than he used to be friends with Bob, advocated for the restored legality of superheroes after they were outlawed, and was probably the most important player in Syndrome's downfall when he carved a password to the computer in the wall. Honestly, the more I learn about Gazerbeam, the more upset I get about his death. Incredibles 2 had a deleted memorial service scene for him that also provided a decent backstory for him, how he was encouraged to be a superhero by Mr. Incredible, Frozone, and Gamma Jack, what the fuck he went around him for, and how he really struggled to integrate back into civilian life, given he was already a societal outcast and struggled with fitting in. It makes his death specifically pretty heartbreaking.
Hypershock.
I'm Hypershock.
Hi.
So I have seismic wave generation, which is the ability to create earthquake-like disruptions in the ground to stop the bad guys with my dual seismic amplification hammers on one on each hand.
Okay.
No, I did not buy them at the hardware store, haha. Fly around with my vector thrust fusion rocket rucksack getting from place to place, and my powers are ineffectual and non-solid materials, but if I can get a 6.0 on the Richter scale, I can generally stop whoever's out there and... We gotta talk about this. Hang on. Hey, Irv. Where's Irv? Coffee. Yes, hello. I need some coffee. Very nice. No, I don't want tea. I want coffee and put some aspirin in it or something. How about coffee made from aspirin? You know, you people, you just don't do your homework. And look at this. Gee, spend a little money on your gear if you're gonna have a super in here, okay? And you, who are you? You know, I could be out solving crime at the very least. We're solving this hangover. Ow! Oh.
Now, obviously, it would be unrealistic.
He like crashed out. Oh my goodness. He completely forgot about the interview.
Expect a movie as surprisingly grounded in reality as The Incredibles to not have a couple of sour superheroes walking around who aren't exactly the best people. And while it's very tough to top Gamma Jack in this department, Hypershock is a bit concerning. The tape being recorded while he's suffering from a really
seismic wave generation ability to create earthquake-like disruptions. Fist maximum 6.0 Richter scale. Uses dual seismic amplification hammers. Hammer maximum unknown. Oh, okay. That's not terrifying at all. Flies using vector thrust, fusion rocket, rucksack. Weaknesses, powers ineffectual on non-solid material, like water, I guess. Personality, bad temper, requires lots of praise, and fondness for drink.
Bad hangover doesn't help, but the fellas pointing out that he has a really bad temper and likes to drink often are not exactly qualities you'd like to have in someone who will be attempting to save your life. Given the number of casualties Gamma Jack has more than likely caused and the number of people he's refused to save, I don't think it's out of the question to suggest that Hypershock may have been drunk on the job at many points, and I wouldn't be surprised if anyone being saved by Hypershock found themselves a little uncomfortable due to his explosive temper.
I think I'd be terrified to be a person saved by him and Gamma Jack. I think I'll just give up. I'd be like, all right, I'm dead. These two are coming to save me? All right. Just kill me now. Macroburst.
Macroburst audio file incomplete. Damaged during mission. Audio file for Macroburst mission recovered, but determined incomplete by NSA Division Delta.
Macroburst is the first interview to be completely missing, and something about hearing all of the previous interviews in full and suddenly being hit with
Macroburst audio file incomplete.
Yeah, interesting. Macroburst powers high velocity wind generation, airborne through wind propulsion. Weaknesses: claustrophobic. Same. I hate tight spaces. Team affiliation: Phantasmic supplies group transportation. Prior to Phantasmic, served as a sidekick to Everseer, referred to as the Kid. Oddly androgynous due to constant wind disruption, is obsessed with maintaining her hairstyle. Oh, so not confirmed gender. All right.
Damage during mission.
Makes this entire thing much eerier. I don't really know how to describe it. As for Macroburst themselves, they're described as oddly androgynous and their gender was rather ambiguous. Not even the NSA could determine if they were male, female, or NB. Not much is known about them besides the fact that they were the first hero to destroy an Omnidroid, but would inevitably fall victim to the second version.
Pretty, God, I'm forgetting words today. Ahead of the time for Pixar. Metaman.
Audio file for Metaman found missing.
Damn, another one? Metaman, flight, super strength, X-ray vision, sonic scream, teleportation, magnetic manipulation, partial. Oh my god, what is this rap sheet? Flight, super strength, X-ray vision, sonic scream, teleportation, magnetic manipulation, partial invisibility, able to communicate with aquatic mammals? What the fuck? Personality, indecisive, deeply committed to hero work, compassionate, has requested to be metagroup leader, overseeing all superhero teams. Requests put under NSA review. Died in action, suit malfunction.
Assumed confiscated during surprise attack by Baron von Ruthless.
Metaman's file is also missing, but it's actually...
Yeah, is this guy fucking Superman? Was this a Superman of the Incredibles universe?
A decent amount here. For one thing, Metaman was also shown as one of the many heroes who died due to a cape malfunction as shown in the first movie. Which is a shame, because looking at his stats, he seemed absolutely cracked.
I mean, damn, 3 max stats? Oh my goodness.
3 out of 4 bars maxed out, 1 nearly there, and only suffering in intelligence and indestructibility. This would suggest that Metaman might have been one of the strongest heroes on the planet. Look at how many powers this guy had. Flight, super strength, X-ray vision, teleportation, magnetic manipulation, partial invisibility, and could even communicate with aquatic mammals. That's a massive hodgepodge of powers to throw into one
But no listed weaknesses either. Oh my goodness.
guy. He's like a Superman Swiss Army knife. In fact, it's likely he was considered by many to be this universe's equivalent to Superman and seemed to genuinely be committed to hero work. If any other hero had asked the NSA if they could oversee all of the current superhero teams, I think
They would have said
been
no.
shut down. The fact the NSA were considering it shows just how much they trusted him. The reasoning for the file being missing is that it was apparently stolen by Baron von Ruthless, a notorious supervillain in the world of the Incredibles and the sworn enemy of Metaman. So notorious, in fact, that there was even a time where Frozone got caught by him and managed to escape due to Ruthless's habit of monologuing, which if you don't remember is the story Lucius recounts to Bob near the start of the movie.
What does Baron von Ruthless do?
He starts monologuing.
He starts monologuing. I mean, the guy has me on a platter and he won't shut up.
I think if Metaman had lived beyond his cape malfunction, Syndrome probably would have been cooked, right? Like, I just don't see how he would have died to the Omnidroid.
I don't think he would have died to the Omnidroid. I think he probably would have just taken out Syndrome by himself, honestly. His powers alone? Oh my goodness. How can any of the Omnidroids even adapt to that? Mr. Incredible.
You know, some
The main man himself.
superheroes, they pay attention to their look when they're first breaking in, but then they get a little notoriety, they get a little sloppy. I mean, I don't want to, name names, but okay, the Flange. You remember the Flange? Oh, Flange. I mean, I love that guy. Hey, Flange, I love you, and I'm not talking out of school here, but the outfit, come on. I mean, he wore that out. I mean, he didn't even have it cleaned. He had schmutz on it from other battles that he fought, and he actually worked on a signature yodel for a year. A superhero yodel. If you can grasp that, I mean, yeah, I'd see him occasionally. You know, we'd be at the same catastrophe, and he would come up to me, "Hey, Mr. I, I've been working on it. What do you think?" Ooh, I mean, is that disgusting or what? Pull yourself together, Brother Flange. You're representing something here. It was embarrassing. It was a waste of time. And quite frankly, it was denigrating to the profession. Kids cannot look up to a yodeler.
What I find most interesting about Mr. Incredible's file here is not just the acknowledgement from the NSA that he was extremely possessive over the Incredible, something that would become way more obvious in Incredibles 2 when he found out it was being sold at an auction.
They said it was. That's my car!
But also this little bit of
Yeah, that was his car. That's his car, man.
it was being sold at an auction.
They said it was. That's my car!
But also this little bit.
Oh, Jesus. Same with Meta Man. He has 3 max stats. Oh my goodness. Powers: Mega Strength, Near Invulnerability, ability to sense imminent danger, which that was kind of implied in the movie if I remember right. Incredibile, MEV car with onboard weaponry, danger finder, and evasion countermeasures. Personality: easily distracted, and ability to set priorities. Extremely possessive of NSA supplied Incredibile. Won legendary eating contest with Thunderhead at NSA Picnic, eating 47 boysenberry pies, 8 banana creams, 3 apple crumbs, and a liter of mayonnaise. Nickname around the NSA, Mr. Inedible. Oh my god.
Of info here. Ability to sense imminent danger. Now, I had no idea this was an actual power Mr. Incredible had.
It was implied, if I remember right, it was implied in like that very first scene with him before like he and Elastigirl got married. When it was like he saved the guy from when he jumped or fell off of the building, and he sensed like the bombs in the room, and that's why he like seemingly out of nowhere started looking around the room, if you guys remember.
I thought he was just super strong and hard to take down, but apparently he had an uncanny ability to sense imminent danger. That alone recontextualizes a lot. Like the scene with Bon Voyage, for example. I thought he just heard the beeping of the bombs, but from the distance he was at, it had to have been almost impossible, so he probably just sensed that something was wrong before getting closer and finally being able to actually hear them. And then there's also what this adds to him in general when he has to go into hiding. Bob's midlife crisis will likely have been worsened because of this power. Constantly being able to sense imminent danger happening and the frustration he feels knowing he can't do anything about it without risking him or his family's safety and security and breaking the law. If I was given the ability to sense any kind of danger before it happens, and I was forced to do nothing about it for the rest of my life when I know I can be the difference maker, would probably drive me insane. It's no wonder Bob found it hard to settle down like Helen did. He's got a stranger danger whistle going off in his head every time he walks down the street.
Yeah, he has a constant spider sense, but not just for himself, just like any danger around him. Like not even to himself, just to anybody. That's gotta be annoying.
Christ, what an agonizing 15 years that must have been.
The phalange?
Happy to answer any questions you have. I just, it's kind of off day for me. I blew out the pipes. I was trying to seal off this thing that came out of the water. The villains, they always got those bases and stuff. So the funny thing is I blew out my pipes by blowing out the pipes. You know what I'm saying? It's a little joke, the play on words. Yeah, well, the Thrilling 3. What can I say? That was a good idea. I mean, I'm not sure I really know what happened. People blame me and they say there were these, conflicts. Excuse me. A little dry, but I don't know.
Was that water? Oh my god.
I mean, gays are being monogamous.
Is that what I sound like when I'm drinking water? I'm gonna start muting my mic when I drink water.
Oh, I'm fine. Excuse me, I'm having a little trouble. you know, it was a democratic situation. You know, it was good. I don't know what people are saying. Excuse me.
Is he just constantly thirsty? Is he okay?
I like Gazer Beam. He was a good guy. Excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
Flange was one of the more unpopular superheroes with the public, struggling a lot with the fact that he was never embraced by them and desperately wanting to...
He needs the entire reservoir's worth of drinking water. Yeah, it's like every 5 seconds he has to drink a whole bottle of water or something.
Despite this, he was still a part of the Thrilling Three with Apogee and Gazerbeam, but would eventually leave thinking Gazerbeam was the only one of them actually doing anything and them all not really working well as a team. And he wasn't exactly wrong about that, given Apogee was rendered useless by nightfall, and Flange's voice was regularly getting blown out due to his powers and him being hit with laryngitis, which made him pretty much useless at every...
Oh, that's why. He basically shot his voice. That's why. Got it.
Time of day. Gazerbeam was the only one of them who could consistently fight crime at every hour of the day, and I think Apogee and Flange both resented that in a way, unaffectionately calling the group Gazerbeam's gang before disbanding it. Flange would later die to the second version of the Omnidroid, either due to his damaged vocal cords or from Syndrome capitalizing on his weakness to sonic feedback.
Plasma Bolt. I mean, I didn't get to read his thing, but it was basically like Canary, right? Like voice projection, but he shot his voice in his throat.
Audio file for Plasma Bolt erased inadvertently due to...
Erased inadvertently? Oh my goodness. A Plasma Bolt, plasma wave emission, electromagnetic energy captured by antenna, transferred through hands. Oh, wait, she just has antenna? Naturally? She was born with them or something? Oh my goodness. Yeah, the file was erased. Flies through high tensile diachronic fiber, reinforced acrylum links. Diachronic fiber? Either that's real and I never heard of it, or that's like a fictional thing that the writers made. Team affiliation Phantasmics, obsessed with the outdoors, secret identity, forest danger. Forest ranger, sorry. Danger. Adamant about separating hero and civilian identities.
Plasma Bolt's electromagnetic aura, scheduled to re-record.
Sorry. Hold on, what?
Audio file for Plasma Bolt erased inadvertently due to Plasma Bolt's electromagnetic aura, scheduled to re-record.
Sorry. Audio file erased because of her massive aura. She had so much aura that the audio file got erased.
Despite Plasma Bolt's file being missing and me not really having much to say about her because of that, it's worth mentioning that she is one of the only heroes featured on these tapes, heroes who died by cape malfunctions notwithstanding, to have not been confirmed dead. This is a tricky one because it's very possible she was also targeted and killed by Syndrome, but when Mr. Incredible is searching through the files, she never once shows up as being terminated. It's worth mentioning that there were multiple cuts in this scene, either to show Bob's reactions to finding out many of his friends and fellow supers have been killed while the computer is still showing him off screen, or to cut back to Helen and Edna. It's very possible that Plasma Bolt could have shown up on the computer off screen, but nothing has been confirmed. It certainly makes more sense for her to be dead in my eyes, since she would have been the only surviving member of the Phantasmics, but the possibility of her survival is still there.
Cyclave. Alright, before she speaks, we'll look at the powers. Powers, mental force, wave generation, temporary mental paralysis? 30-second hold on. She can just paralyze people? She can just paralyze people? Yeah, for 30 seconds, but she could just do that? Ability to possess another's body? Weakness, own body vulnerable while possessing another body. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. What? How's she not a villain? Team affiliation, Phantasmics, founding member of the Phantasmics, former psychologist with Everseer, frustrated by clients' inability to solve their own problems. You're the psychologist. Occasional paranoid tendencies. Oh my goodness, she sounds like a problem.
So in high school, that's when I realized I had the ability to possess other people, to send psychic waves to other people to get them to do things that I really wanted them to do. I had a crush on the quarterback of the football team who was also my best friend's boyfriend. I psych-waved him into asking me to the homecoming dance and breaking up with Shelly.
And she's laughing! She stole her best friend's boyfriend and she's laughing!
And the more I practiced it, the shorter amount of time it took. You know, I could just sort of look at someone or look at a picture or see them passing by and think this thought or this action or whatever, and it would just happen.
Sorry, what? Hold on. Did she say she can do it through a picture too? So she could just have a picture of somebody and she can just make them do whatever she wants?
Really used it to harm people, except for all those girls I made the guys break up with because I wanted to date them. Kind of freaky, actually.
Kinda freaky? I think it's a little bit more than kinda freaky.
Psychwave is a
That's villain shit.
I wasn't kidding earlier when I said there were some pretty disturbing supers in this universe, and Psychwave is definitely one of them. I really want to know the limitations of her powers, because she's able to possess anyone she wants through either looking at them or looking at a picture of them. Like,
yeah, what?
Just insane to me. Not to mention how gleefully she's talking about how she would just randomly practice possessing other people to do her bidding, to the point of possessing multiple guys to have them break out with their girlfriends simply because she wanted to date them instead, including her best friend's boyfriend, by the way. Psychwave is absolutely unhinged, and the fact that she's paranoid does not surprise me. Recounting all of this stuff with a smile and looking back on it while laughing is just peak sociopath to me. She is sick in the head. There is some debate as to whether or not she survived the Omnidroid, despite being shown that she was terminated. The official Incredibles wiki states that Syndrome never found her body, but I can't for the life of me.
Oh my god, she's just out there somewhere. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Confirms that. So as far as I know, that crazy bitch is dead.
Splashed out.
Splashed.
Oh, another file terminated or erased or whatever. Splashed down. Powers, flight, underwater high-speed travel, ability to breathe underwater, ability to communicate with underwater life forms. Weaknesses, must stay intensely hydrated. Personality, fiercely, where did that snort come from? Sorry. Personality, fiercely independent, obsessed with finding lost city of Atlantis. Oh my god. Secret identity. Oceanographer. Missing in action, suspected suit malfunction.
Down audio file irretrievable.
Sorry. Something about being obsessed with finding the lost city of Atlantis is fucking hilarious to me.
Due to water damage.
Splashdown's recording is missing, and aside from being another cape victim, I'm good just moving on to the next one. There's not much to say here.
Oh, whoa! Okay. Stormicide?
There's vapors, kind of gases in the air.
Okay. Ability to I'm still on the Lost City of Atlantis from Splashdown, sorry. Ability to absorb and emit vapors of various properties, e.g. oxygen to extinguish flames. Wouldn't that feed the flames? Never mind, whatever. Functions like a sponge, polarized sonic imaging lenses, flight powered by vapor emission. Personality, excellent multitasker, caretaker for ailing uncle, graduate student in chemistry, committed to hero work, sensitive to criticism.
And I can take them in. I'm kind of like a sponge in that way. I emit them however I want. I can emit your oxygen, I can emit carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, whatever you need. It really depends on the situation. Say there's a fire,
Why would you ever need to emit carbon dioxide? Isn't that deadly to humans?
And I gotta save
okay.
people or whatever. Basically, I can take the oxygen out of the air, and that stops the fire. On the other hand, if there's a bad guy, I just emit the oxygen, and the fire gets a little crazier, and then bad guy.
Oh, sorry. sorry. Also, isn't oxygen by itself carbon monoxide deadly? Yeah, but isn't also too much oxygen deadly too? So if she wanted, she could just put more oxygen in the air around the villain and just straight up murder them.
It's kind of
also, what she said before, she says she takes the oxygen out of the fire, which extinguishes it, which, yeah, that makes sense. But what she said after that, something about the oxygen in the villain, for some reason, my brain went, she could take oxygen out of his lungs? That's where my brain went. I'm sorry.
Because I'm all about gas emissions. Yes, I have been the butt of many jokes. Maybe it's just because I'm too... What?
As Paracelsus said it, the dose makes the poison. Anything is deadly with the right amount.
What? Oh, I said butt. I said butt. What do you It's a good time. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I've got powers. They involve gases. What do you want?
Stormicide seems like one of the cleaner superheroes in this world, honestly. I could make some juvenile jokes about her powers, but they already did that for me, and they're also just genuinely pretty cool. What I found the most tragic about her, though, was the fact that she was studying chemistry and fighting crime while caring for her ailing uncle. If that uncle was still alive by the time Syndrome found her, then it's likely he was left alone without a caretaker and probably died alone without anyone around to keep him fed or medicated, which is genuinely pretty heart-shattering to think about.
Wait, the NSA knew, then shouldn't they have? Well, the NSA doesn't even pay them, apparently, so. Yeah. I wouldn't rely on the NSA to take care of her ailing uncle either. Stratigale?
Stratigale's mission audio file deemed incomprehensible. Suspect either faulty recording equipment or a high level of ambient wind noise.
Incomprehensible. Okay, Stratigale, flight subsonic, super strength, communicates with birds, fluent in 6 dialects. In birds? She's fluent in 6 dialects and 10 species of birds. Weaknesses. Teenager. What does that mean? That mean that she's a teenager? Actually, I think that's all. I don't think I want to try to interpret that anymore. I think that's it. I think my interpretation that she is a teenager and that's her weakness. And nothing else. Personality, deeply altruistic, secret identity. Ah, yeah, high school student. She is a teenager. Weekend zoo volunteer in bird hatchery. Loves to fly. Keeps her head in the clouds and her feet off the ground. Oh my god, she died? Suit malfunction. Those damn capes. Another cape malfunction.
Today I found out that Stratigale was a teenager. You know, the character in The Incredibles that got caught by her cape and sucked into a jet turbine.
Oh my god, that was her?!
Really shredded to death. Yeah, she was just a teenager apparently, which... Jesus Christ. It is harder when you read her file and realize that she was genuinely a really sweet person. She communicated with birds, for God's sake. Some part of me thinks that Stratigale's death stuck with Edna the most out of all of the heroes who died from cape malfunctions. It's very easy
Because she was just a child. She was in high school.
to view Edna as the funny and tactless character that she is, but as funny as her whole no cape spiel is, it's clear she's vehemently against capes for a damn good reason. If a suit I designed resulted in the death of a teenager, I would also be kinda shaken up by that fact and never design a suit with a cape attached to it ever again. By the way, I think it's obvious by this point that whatever timeline The Incredibles does have, it isn't exactly delicately written. Stratigale was apparently a friend of Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl, showing up at their wedding along with a bunch of other heroes.
Shouldn't she be in school? Don't you have a math test? What are you doing here?
Her appearance does not look any different to the time she died. Most signs point towards The Incredibles being set in the early 1960s, placing the years Bob and Helen got married and Supers being banned around 1947. The exact date Edna gives for Stratigale's death is April 23rd, 1957, a full 10 years after Supers were banned. Not only does it not really make much sense why there's high-profile super activity going on 10 years after it was outlawed, but Stratigale is apparently supposed to have still been a teenager here, which I don't believe makes much sense. Either the NSA files haven't been properly
I think the NSA file was made before it. I would assume so. Wait, but then that means she wait, no. Yeah, the timeline isn't, the logic isn't logicking right now. I'm having trouble making heads or tails of it too.
updated since 1947 and were only updated to mark her death in 1957, or this entire timeline wasn't thought out that well. Sorry to be annoying about it, but it's been bugging me for a while.
Thunderhead.
Thunderhead PSA, stay in school, take one.
Hello, kids, this is Thunderhead. I wasn't always a superhero, but now I am. I didn't graduate. I thought I was trying to tell him to graduate, wasn't I? Hello, kids, this is Thunderhead. Please stay in school, otherwise you'll wind up like me. That's not right.
Stay in school or you'll wind up like me, a superhero. That's a little silly.
I don't know where I'm going with this. You told me there was going to be a script or something. Well, I don't read. But you were gonna tell me what to say in through the headphones, and you're not telling me anything except go again. Hello, kids, this is Thunderhead. I didn't like school much, but maybe you will, because you probably won't have the same teachers I had. That's not so good. Just aim high and Thunderhead believes in you.
Oh, I love this guy.
Thank you.
Thunderhead's interview might be the saddest of the bunch. Edna described him as a really nice guy in the movie, but this tape really sells that for me. I get the impression
Okay, Thunderhead. Powers, storm powers, ability to harness and control extreme weather conditions through manipulation of barometric pressure. Transportation, multi-environmental vehicle, MEV, plane, car, combo. Wait. He has storm powers, but he can't fly? He has to have a plane and or a car? Okay. Weaknesses, clear day. Ah. Well, if there's crime happening on a clear, sunny sky, then I guess Thunderhead's out the picture, right? You can't call it Thunderhead. There's no clouds to manipulate. Personality, pushover, easily controlled by his emotions, loves kids, adopted single father of 5 children. Aww. Sorry, you can't put loves kids and then period and then expect me to not think of the worst possible scenario. Anyway, loves kids, adopted single father of 5 children, raising them with the help of his roommate, Scott. His roommate, huh? Adopted 5 kids and he's raising them with his roommate? Uh-huh. And history says they were roommates. All right. Died in action, suit malfunction. He left the 5 kids and his roommate Scott. Not the roommate. What's Scott gonna do with 5 kids? Yeah, those damn capes again. What a nice roommate. Yeah, what a cool roommate to just agree to adopt 5 kids with your roommate who's also a superhero. Damn.
Head isn't just dim, but might be mentally impaired in some way. He didn't graduate high school either, and his comment about his teachers gives the impression he may not have had the most respectful or accommodating upbringing. He also clearly struggles with the directions being given to him for the stay in school.
What they say this was? 1950s? So yeah, I guess, being gay would... Not that it's okay. Sorry. Hold on. Not that it's okay to ostracize gay people, but they probably wouldn't have been able, according to the time period, been able to be open like that. So they have to say, oh, he's just my roommate. We adopted 5 kids. You know, with my roommate. We're just roommates. They probably couldn't even get married. Oh, poor Scott and Thunderhead. Nirvana. That's not what I said.
PSA is recording. It just makes me feel really bad for the guy. He also adopted 5 kids of his own that he
with his roommate.
His roommates, only referred to as Scott. I'd make a comment about how it can be easily inferred from this that he's probably gay, but I can't really say for sure. Still though, the fact
I mean I'm not gonna say if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. But you have 5 kids with your roommate whose name is Scott. I don't think Scott is a woman's name. So I wouldn't say probably. I'd say most likely. I'd say most definitely, actually.
he died in action, left 5 kids to be raised by his roommate, and no one else. Is just really sad, honestly.
Universal Man.
Most superheroes have the alter ego so they can have the so-called normal life. Me, I choose not to. I don't see why I get so much flack for not having an alter ego. I mean, it's supposed to be a secret. No one's supposed to know. So what's the point? So if I take a girl on a date, I'm wearing the costume, sure. They like to bask in the awe of Universal Man. But then we're alone, you know, with the candlelight music and the pericomo and the fragrant oils and things of this nature. Then they come to me and they say, oh, Universal Man, maybe you take off the mask. Maybe we can see who's underneath. There's no one underneath. They would be horrified if I asked them to take off their face. This is what Universal Man wears. This is me. Other than being indestructible because of my high density, I am just like you. And that's when the breakup starts. With the
Oh my god. He completely fucking crashed out. Oh my god.
late night recriminations and the slamming of the doors and the shattering bottles and the things of this nature and the redistribution of the assets and the it's not me, it's you, it's not you, it's me. But in Universal Man's experience, it's always you.
Oh my god.
Universal Man is just really funny to listen to. He's incredibly unstable, but I don't get the same level of disgust I get from hearing him speak like I do with Gamma Jack and Psychwave. I'd say he's far more—
I mean, what I got was that. Actually, I don't know what I got from that, honestly. What I got from he's like Batman. I think was my interpretation. He's like Batman is not the mask. Batman is the person and Bruce Wayne is the mask kind of thing, you know? That's what I got from Universal Man. Because he said that Universal Man, the mask is me. I am Universal Man. I am the mask kind of thing, you know? That's what I got from that. Anyway. Universal Man powers molecular density transformation, alters personal density from gaseous to... What?! Sorry. Alters personal density from gaseous to near black hole. It flies by transforming into lighter than air density. Weaknesses: ultra high density transformation can create uncontrollable gravitational nexus. Who? How did any of these guys die to syndromes as fucking robots? Well, actually, he didn't. He had a suit malfunction. I think it showed. No, it was the other guy. Wait, yeah, he must have died to syndrome. Just saying. Team affiliation: Beta Force. Low self-esteem, unsatisfied in secret identity life. Whenever possible, keep busy.
Redeemable at least. It's clear he has incredibly low self-esteem, being one of the few superheroes to not have a secret identity whatsoever. What I want to know is how the hell he died to the first.
Yeah, how the hell did this guy die? He can create. Sorry. He can make himself the density of a goddamn black hole and a gravitational nexus, and he died? I don't believe it.
Omnidroid. He was the first superhero targeted by Syndrome and the very first hero to die to the Omnidroid, despite his powers being absolutely cracked. He may not be the strongest hero ever, but he's nigh on indestructible and can increase his molecular density to make him even tougher to take down and even stronger to boot. Not to mention he can alter his personal density all the way to the level of a literal black hole, and if he did this, the entire world would just end. By all
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. He has to hold back. If he can create, he can make his personal density into a black hole, he would literally turn himself into a black hole and destroy the Earth. He has to prevent himself from doing that. He is majorly restricted by his own universe. He has to hold himself back from destroying the entire Earth and the solar system. Oh my god.
Accounts, he should be one of the few characters in this world who is practically invincible, and yet he still died to the first Omnidroid. Fucking how? I get that he's clearly not intelligent, being like a couple points above Thunderhead in that regard, but he had to have been caught off guard and killed immediately, right? I just can't imagine a scenario where he could see the very first Omnidroid coming and still die somehow. Sorry, Universal Man, your powers are cool and your voice is—
He got robbed. Universal Man got robbed.
It's funny, but you were the biggest fraud in this universe by a long shot.
Was that it?
And those were all the tapes available on the Incredibles DVD. I hope this was an informative and interesting watch. I certainly found myself in awe at how much detail was put into these despite them being completely optional content.
I want there to be more. I was massively entertained. I loved it.
And there's still a lot about the Incredibles lore I haven't fully tapped into yet, like the Elastigirl prequel book and the now non-canon comic books. There's so much Incredibles media out there that I just had no idea about, and I'm very eager to learn more and put some pieces together. Who knows, one day I might make the bizarre lore of the Incredibles before Chupo does. No offense, Chupo.
Cartoon Chic? I know where you live.
Oh. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's the end of the video. Play Yakuza or something.
Oh my goodness. That, oh. I thought it was gonna go on longer. Okay. Hold on. There we go. That's it for today. Honestly, I streamed longer than I planned. I wasn't gonna go for 3 hours. I was gonna go for 2 hours. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the stream. Yes, surprise stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let's see. No stream tomorrow. because I got classes and stuff tomorrow. So next stream will be Friday. Yes, have a good night, everybody. Oh, let me see if I can raid somebody. I'm trying to raid people more. Oh, raid. You wanna raid? We can raid. Actually, you know what? You can raid somebody that I just met. They're a partner though, so I'm a little scared. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. We're gonna raid. I'm trying to raid people more, so. Go. Raid message. First one. Raiding the big boys. First one's follower, second one subscriber. Alright, guys. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. We're gonna be raiding Carbon, an astronaut VTuber. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. And I'll see you guys Friday. Okay, bye.